Chapter 788. Rin Xiaoyao was dumbfounded. She involuntarily held onto Qin Feng's arm as her body trembled. Li Xiao Jie's transformation was so drastic that Qin Feng was caught unprepared. Qin Feng observed Li Xiao Jie's every move as if it was the first time he met him. The current Li Xiao Jie was powerful and domineering. His strength was on par with a Stage 8 inner Qi martial artist. However, Qin Feng dissected Li Xiao Jie 2 months ago, and Li Xiao Jie wasn't even a Stage 3 inner Qi martial artist. Not only did Li Xiao Jie's heart and kidneys not die, but he also reached Stage 8 inner Qi in less than 2 months. Qin Feng wouldn't believe it if he didn't see it with his own eyes. Not only did Li Xiao Jie's strength increase, but he also became more ferocious. He stomped on Yang Wei in front of everyone. The quiet hall was filled with the sound of broken bones and Yang Wei's howls. Roar! You dare to talk to me about the 4 major families in the provincial capital? Roar, roar, roar. Are you trying to scare me with this piece of trash? Do you want to die? Li Xiaojie laughed like a madman as he beat Yang Wei up. None of the onlookers stepped forward to stop the bloody scene. They couldn't wait for this crazy young man to beat Yang Wei to death. This way, there would be one less strong competitor in the pill conference. Stop! Stop right now! Yang Wei started to foam at the mouth. A black shadow suddenly flew over and struck him with his palm. How dare a Stage 6 inner Qi old man come here to die? What a joke! It was Uncle Yao. His palm strike seemed unstoppable, but Li Xiao Jie easily broke it. Uncle Yao was pushed back by the strong airflow. His eyes were filled with shock. Uncle Yao usually stayed in the Yang Chamber of Commerce to refine pills with all his might. He hadn't come out for a long time and realized that the outside world had changed. Were there Stage 8 inner Qi masters everywhere? Young hero, please have mercy. Li Xiao Jie blocked Uncle Yao's attack and struck him with his palm. Uncle Yao quickly took out a jade bottle when he saw the black and shriveled palm was about to land on his chest. What's this? Li Xiao Jie suddenly stopped and stood with his hands behind his back. He stared at Uncle Yao arrogantly. This is a bottle of spirit-gathering pills. I hope you can let young Master Yang off this time. Uncle Yao handed over the jade bottle with both hands. Li Xiao Jie didn't hesitate at all. He grabbed the jade bottle with his big hand and put it away. The trifling Yang clan is simply laughable. After taking the jade bottle, Li Xiao Jie turned around and returned to the ghost-faced mountain man's side. Only now did the onlookers come to their senses, but the shock in their hearts would not dissipate in a short time. The Yang merchant group was indeed rich and overbearing. The old man's first move was a spirit-gathering pill. That was a 5th-grade spirit pill. Even the people gathered in the medicine shop were shocked. Qin Feng stared blankly for a long time. The Li family that Li Xiao Jie was from was just a big family in Yunhai City. Now Li Xiao Jie didn't even care about the 4 big families in the capital. This brat had changed too much. Young Master Yang, are you all right? Uncle Yao wiped away the cold sweat on his forehead and quickly came up to check on Yang Wei's injuries. He was still afraid in his heart. If Li Xiao Jie hadn't been willing to reconcile, Uncle Yao wouldn't have been able to do anything. Do not touch me. It's broken. My leg is broken. Uncle Yao helped Yang Wei up, but Yang Wei wailed in pain. Uncle Yao hastily took out a bottle of medicinal pills and rubbed them on Yang Wei's leg. Then, he carried Yang Wei away. After the people of the Yang merchant group left, Li Xiao Jie followed the ghost-faced mountain man to the center of the hall. Li Xiao Jie was very domineering just now, but the onlookers found out that he was just a lackey. The atmosphere in the hall became even colder. The onlookers glanced at the black-robed mountain man cautiously and didn't dare to speak carelessly. Everyone, I'm the owner of Feng Yun Fun City. The Triennial Medicinal Pill Conference will be held in my territory. I hope everyone can focus on the competition and don't challenge my authority. Li Xiao Jie paused. His cold gaze swept across the onlookers, and he said word by word, otherwise, you'll end up like that idiot. Li Xiao Jie's threat was undisguised, but none of the onlookers dared to step forward to express their dissatisfaction. Li Xiao Jie's attack revealed his strength as a Stage 8 inner Qi expert. Moreover, The black-robed man beside him, who hadn't spoken a word, was obviously more powerful. In the face of such a powerful force, staying silent was the best choice. Li Xiaojie seemed to be satisfied with everyone's performance. He smiled arrogantly and cleared his throat. Of course, as long as everyone follows the rules and plays your part in the competition, we won't make things difficult for you. We'll even protect everyone's safety. Li Xiaojie said a lot of words. In summary, he slapped everyone in the face and fed them a candy. Qin Feng stood quietly in the crowd and said nothing. He wasn't afraid of Li Xiaojie and the ghost-faced mountain man. Both of them had irreconcilable grudges against him. Even if he didn't meet them today, he would still find time to settle the score with them. However, Qin Feng's main purpose in coming to Hepping Town was to participate in the medicinal pill conference. After the conference was over, he would definitely meet the two of them, especially Li Xiaojie's change. Qin Feng really wanted to know the reason behind it. After blabbering for a long time, Li Xiaojie finally finished his speech. He enjoyed the feeling of being the center of attention and suppressing the crowd. The ghost-faced mountain man and the verdant sex disciples didn't say a word from the beginning to the end. They wore disdainful looks on their faces, as if they looked down on the people in the hall. The ghost-faced mountain man and the verdant sex disciples had already left. After they left for a while, the people in the hall finally regained their senses. Their tense nerves finally relaxed, and they heaved a long sigh of relief. This farce came and went in a threatening manner. After all, the people who were beaten up were from the Yang's Chamber of Commerce, so they couldn't be happier. After a while, this incident became the topic of conversation after dinner. They talked about it as if it was a joke. "Xiao Feng, you're so awesome. You've cheated that idiot Yang Wei of so many medicinal pills. I'm in a good mood today, so I've decided to write off the matter of you cheating me of medicinal pills at Ghost Mountain." Ren Xiao Yao had regained her composure. She didn't care about Yang Wei being beaten up. She was still immersed in the joy of cheating Yang Wei of medicinal pills. "Forget it. I only cheated you of a dozen bottles of medicinal pills at Ghost Mountain. This time, you've got more than 20 bottles. Don't be so greedy." Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Ren Xiao Yao. Ren Xiao Yao didn't want to reason with Qin Feng. She giggled and ran away. "I don't care. I'll write it off. Whoever mentions the matter of medicinal pills in the future is a bastard." Watching Ren Xiao Yao skipping away, Qin Feng smiled and shook his head. Then he shifted his gaze and saw Hua Yin sitting in a corner in a daze. Hua Yin was wearing a pink qipao with a slit that reached her thighs. She was sitting there with her legs crossed. It was a beautiful sight to behold. "Classmate Hua Yin, why are you here?" Qin Feng walked to Hua Yin's side and greeted her. Hua Yin knew Qin Feng and Green Wolf's double identities, but she didn't know Xiao Feng's identity. Seeing Xiao Feng here, a hint of surprise flashed through Hua Yin's beautiful eyes. "Professor Xiao Feng." Hua Yin gave him a simple greeting and then ignored Qin Feng. "Is there anyone else here? I didn't expect you to participate in the Elixir Conference." Qin Feng sat beside Hua Yin casually. He couldn't help but glance at her beautiful legs. Hua Yin furrowed her brows and quickly moved to the side. "Professor Xiao Feng, I want to be alone. Why don't you find someone else to chat with?" Hua Yin was indifferent to Qin Feng. She even put down her beautiful legs and straightened her qipao. "I don't know anyone here. It's rare to meet a classmate like you, so I came to chat with you." Qin Feng wasn't angry at Hua Yin's indifferent attitude. In fact, he was quite satisfied. Hua Yin was unhappy. She thought Xiao Feng was a pervert in school. Now that Hua Yin was Qin Feng's woman, she paid attention to her relationship with other men. "Huh? Classmate Hua Yin, where are you going?" Hua Yin suddenly stood up and walked away. Qin Feng thought for a while and didn't chase after her. Qin Feng spent the whole afternoon in Fun City thinking about the Elixir Conference, Li Xiaojie and the Verdant Sect, Hero City, the Qin clan's martial meet, his mother's identity, Han Ying's whereabouts, Su Ruo's situation, the system's quest. Qin Feng found that he was too busy these days. It was rare for him to have time to organize his thoughts and plan. Ren Little Demon would come to torment Qin Feng every once in a while. She would drag Qin Feng to play all kinds of games with her. Ren Little Demon was like a pet that had been kept in captivity for too long. She was as crazy as Little Pig when it was released from the system. Qin Feng discovered Run Little Demon's true side after being in close contact with her. Although this girl was spoiled to the point that she had the temper of a spoiled princess, she was kind, cute, and naive. Qin Feng had dinner with the St. Medic Hall's group. During dinner, Uncle Gu still found Qin Feng an eyesore. He would make sarcastic remarks about Qin Feng. Qin Feng ignored Uncle Gu. Rin Little Demon, on the other hand, was angry for Qin Feng. "Darling, are you full? Let's go to the conference." Rin Little Demon didn't want to eat anymore. She purposely acted intimate with Qin Feng in front of Uncle Gu. The St. Medic Hall's disciples were envious of Qin Feng. "There's a conference tonight? Let's go for a walk." Qin Feng was done with his meal. He hugged Rin Little Demon and went to the hall downstairs. Apart from the amusement park on the first floor, there was a large banquet hall next to it. Many people had gathered in the banquet hall. The dining cars on both sides were filled with various delicacies and drinks. There were also high-end red wine and desserts. "What conference is this?" Qin Feng saw the people from the poison sect, and Hua Yin had arrived as well. "It's an elixir refinement conference." Rin Little Demon looked around and explained to Qin Feng, "The participants are all pharmacies from all over China. Many of them are elixir refinement masters. Elixir refinement masters are rare in China. They're even rarer than martial artists. It's rare for the Elixir Refinement Conference to gather elixir refinement masters from all over China. Therefore, before the conference every year, everyone would hold a conference to learn from each other and exchange their experiences in elixir refinement so that they can improve themselves." Qin Feng felt that this kind of conference was pretty good. After Rin Little Demon looked around, she began to introduce the participating teams. "Look at the team in green robes in the northeast corner. They're from the Immortal Pill Hall. The team in white robes in the southwest corner is from the Golden Needle Association. The team with long silver hair and the team in white tang suits behind him are from the Baoji Association." Rin Little Demon seemed to know all the participating teams. Qin Feng was confused by her words. "You don't have to introduce them to me. Just tell me about the most threatening opponents." Qin Feng interrupted Rin Little Demon. Rin Little Demon rolled her eyes at Qin Feng. Her gaze fell on the group of people in the center of the venue. AA 2705221. Chapter 789. In the center of the field, the team wearing the same brown robe is the strongest competitor. They are from the herbal sect of the outer martial arts world. The sect focuses on alchemy. They didn't participate in the alchemy conference a few years ago. I don't know why they're suddenly here this time. When Rin Xiaoyao introduced the herbal sect, her expression was much more serious than before. She also introduced them in great detail. Qin Feng looked at the center of the arena and saw that there were 12 people from the medicine sect's team. 11 of them were dressed in brown robes, which were embroidered with all sorts of medicinal herbs and leaves. There was also an elegant youth dressed in a green robe with 100 leaves on it. He stood out from the rest of the team. The herbal sect seemed to be very popular. Many people from other pharmacies were surrounding the herbal sect and chatting with the elegant young man. "Is the herbal sect's chief pharmacist the young man in the green robe?" Qin Feng asked. Rin Xiaoyao shook her head and said, "I don't think so. The great alchemists are all old men. It's rare to see uncles." The gray-haired old man behind him looks like the chief pharmacist. Qin Feng was a little unhappy. He rolled his eyes at Rin Xiaoyao and said, "What kind of logic is that? I'm just a great alchemist. I'm only 18 this year." Rin Xiaoyao looked at Qin Feng in shock. She had never seen such a shameless person. "Okay, I'm actually 23. Qin Feng felt a little guilty being stared at. Rin Xiaoyao still had the same expression, which made Qin Feng unhappy. "It's true. I'm 23, and I'm talking about the nominal age." Rin Xiaoyao still didn't believe him. Xiao Feng's ordinary face looked more like 32. However, Rin Xiaoyao didn't want to dwell on this matter. "You haven't told me what level of elixir you can refine. If there are no accidents, I should be able to refine a 6th-grade golden pill," Qin Feng said honestly. "What do you mean by no accidents?" "You have to refine a 6th-grade golden pill. Otherwise, the Sacred Medic Hall will be in danger this time." Rin Xiaoyao wasn't satisfied with Qin Feng's answer. Qin Feng shrugged and said, "Isn't Uncle Gu a sixth-grade alchemist? With him here, what are you afraid of?" "Uncle Gu is just a sixth-grade alchemist. He will definitely lose." Rin Xiao Yao was very serious. She didn't look like she was joking at all. Qin Feng didn't expect that there would be so many alchemy experts at the alchemy conference. Even a sixth-grade alchemist couldn't hold the fort? "What's the rank of the medicine sect's head apothecary?" Qin Feng was curious. "I'm not too sure either. The medicine sect has never participated in the pill conclave in the past few years. However, they are very famous in the martial arts world. They are as famous as the Sacred Medicine Hall in the secular world." Rin Xiao Yao looked very worried. The competition had not even begun, and she was already this anxious. If even Rin Xiao Yao could not figure out the herbal sect's power, then Qin Fen would not be able to tell. This was a competition of alchemy ability. Without the actual competition, who would be able to see the other party's level? "You said that the herbal sect is the team with the biggest threat. Are there any other competitors?" Qin Feng temporarily put aside the herbal sect and looked at the strength of the other teams. Rin Xiao Yao calmed herself down and continued, "The team in black robes and straw hats in the corner is from the poison sect. They mainly refine all kinds of poisons, and their alchemy skills are very high. They are the second team to compete in this pill conclave." Qin Feng looked at the poison sect. The 8 people from the poison sect were sitting on the chairs in the corner and did not speak. They looked like 8 statues placed there. At the mention of the poison sect, Qin Feng thought of Ouyang Feng. Ouyang Feng was the founder of the poison sect. "Ouyang Feng, you know alchemy as well?" Qin Feng communicated with Ouyang Feng telepathically. "Master, my alchemy skills are too low. I can refine poison." Qin Feng did not expect Ouyang Feng to really be an alchemist. He continued to ask, "What level of alchemist are you?" "I was only a 6th-grade golden elixir master back then. Compared to a true alchemy god, I am still too far away." Ouyang Feng was already a 6th-grade alchemist, but he still looked ashamed of himself. Qin Feng once again witnessed Ouyang Feng's ability to show off. "If Master likes me, Ouyang Feng will be more than happy to let me participate in the pill conclave," Ouyang Feng added. Qin Feng thought about it and decided not to let Ouyang Feng out. Qin Feng felt that since he was a 6th-grade alchemist now, Ouyang Feng's alchemy skills were similar to his. If he let Ouyang Feng out, it would definitely cause some unnecessary trouble. Qin Feng and Ouyang Feng chatted seriously and were lost in their thoughts. Rin Xiao Yao pinched him a few times and pouted in anger. "Hey, are you listening to what I'm saying? How can you be distracted at such a crucial moment? How infuriating." "Ah?" He continued. "I know about the poison sect. Are there any other competing teams?" Qin Feng snapped out of his thoughts and looked at Rin Xiao Yao with a chuckle. Rin Xiao Yao glared at Qin Feng and grumbled, "The last one is the Yang Merchant Association. I don't think I need to introduce them. You've already scammed Yang Wei of his elixirs." "You can't say that. You didn't scam him, right?" Qin Feng grumbled. Rin Xiao Yao rolled her eyes and added, "These 3 are the teams that I think are competitive. However, it's not absolute. Who knows, some of the smaller pharmacies might have trained powerful alchemists in the past 3 years. So, you have to do your best and don't disappoint me." "Oh, isn't this the daughter of the Saint Medic?" The Saint Medic amazed everyone in the previous pill conclave by refining 6th-grade golden pills and winning the title of Pill Conclave. The Treasure Ganoderma Hall is truly impressed. "Miss Ren, I'm the leader of the Golden Needle Society, Gao Yang. Nice to meet you." Rin Xiao Yao had just analyzed the situation when the representatives of many teams gathered in the hall. Just as Rin Xiao Yao had analyzed earlier, the people from the medicine sect, the Yang Enterprise, and the Sacred Medicinal Hall were very welcome tonight. As for the poison sect, they were too sinister and cold. They were filled with poisonous objects and poisonous needles, so no one dared to approach them. Rin Xiao Yao greeted everyone courteously. Although they were all competitors, they were here to exchange pointers, so they temporarily put aside the competition the next day. At this moment, Uncle Gu and the Saint Medic disciples had finished their meals and came to the hall. The group of people walked behind Rin Xiao Yao and stood still. "This must be Uncle Gu. I've heard that Uncle Goo is very knowledgeable in refining the demonic dissolving pill, so I've come to ask you some questions. How do I control the heat when refining the demonic dissolving pill? How do I control the order and proportion of ingredients to produce a high-grade demonic dissolving pill? Uncle Goo, I also have a question. When you refine the 5th grade spirit gathering pill, should you add the yam herb first or second? As the St. Medic's gold medal alchemist, Uncle Goo was very famous in the world of alchemy. As soon as Uncle Goo arrived, he was surrounded by people asking him some high-end alchemy questions. Uncle Goo raised his head and puffed out his chest. He stroked his goatee and looked like he was enjoying himself. Before answering these people's questions, Uncle Goo glared arrogantly at Qin Feng, as if he was showing off to Qin Feng. Ren Xiaoyao did not like such crowded places. Now that everyone was surrounding Uncle Goo, Ren Xiaoyao felt liberated. She quickly pulled Qin Feng and ran away. They hid in a corner and ate delicious snacks like a mouse. Qin Feng picked up a glass of red wine and slowly sipped it. His eyes scanned the hall. Most of Qin Feng's gaze was on Hua Yin. He still did not know why Hua Yin had come to the pill conference. This time, most of the participants had formed teams. Hua Yin had come alone without a team. How could she participate in the alchemy conference? Hello, beautiful. I'm Sir Bai Yao from the herbal sect. Why are you here alone? Can I treat you to a glass of red wine? The young man from the herbal sect dressed in a green robe with 100 leaves suddenly walked up to Hua Yin, trying to flirt with her. Hua Yin glanced at Bai Yao. An imperceptible coldness flashed in her eyes. Sorry, I don't drink. A woman who doesn't drink is a good woman. Let me invite you over for a chat, beautiful. Hua Yan's rejection was obvious. However, Bai Yao did not back down. He moved closer to Hua Yin. Hua Yin did not know what was wrong with her. After seeing Bai Yao, her emotions changed. Her beautiful eyes were as cold as frost. She clenched her fists tightly behind her back. Even her sexy body was trembling. It was as if she was trying her best to suppress an intense anger. Hua Yin suddenly raised her fist and was about to punch Bai Yao in the face. However, her fist was caught by a pair of large hands. Xiao Feng gently pulled Hua Yin into his arms. Yin Yin, I've been looking for you for a long time. So you're here. Come, let's go have a drink. Qin Feng hugged Hua Yin. He could feel her trembling body. Qin Feng was puzzled. He did not know what was wrong with her. Hua Yin was bewildered. It was as if her soul had been taken away. She did not resist and followed Qin Feng. Halfway through, Bai Yao suddenly stood in front of Qin Feng. A disdainful look flashed across his eyes. He asked, Brother, what's your relationship with this beautiful woman? Ren Xiaoyao had introduced him to Qin Feng. Qin Feng heard the conversation between him and Hua Yin. He asked, Are you from Yunnan? Qin Feng did not answer the question. He did not play by the rules. Bai Yao was dumbfounded. What do you mean? Bai Yao's face darkened. Aren't you Bai Yao? It's Yunnan Bai Yao. Qin Feng said seriously. Hua Yin, who had been in a daze in Qin Feng's arms, suddenly burst into laughter. After a few laughs, she pushed Qin Feng away and stood aside to maintain a distance. Bai Yao's face was as cold as ice. A powerful aura emerged from the palm he hid behind his back. Before he could make a move, Ren Xiaoyao suddenly ran to him. My dear, why are you here? Are you the young master of the herbal sect? I'm Ren Xiaoyao from the Sacred Medic Hall. Ren Xiaoyao had only eaten a piece of meat floss cake when she realized that Xiao Feng was about to fight with the people from the herbal sect. Ren Xiaoyao was so scared that she wiped her mouth and rushed over. The inner chi on Bai Yao's palm suddenly disappeared. He said with a smile, Oh, it's Miss Ren. Nice to meet you. I'm Bai Yao. The herbal sect that Sir Bai Yao belongs to has an illustrious reputation in the martial arts world. I believe that the herbal sect will be able to achieve great results in this pill conference. Ren Xiaoyao tried to smooth things over in order to prevent Xiao Feng from having a conflict with the herbal sect. You're flattering me. It's all because of everyone's respect. However, the herbal sect has never participated in the previous medicine pill conferences. This is our first time. We must win the title of King of Elixirs. Bai Yao's tone was calm, but it was filled with arrogance. Ren Xiaoyao was a little unhappy because she still wanted to win the title of King of Elixirs. Young Master Bai, please continue chatting with the others. We'll take our leave first. Rin Xiao Yao did not have much to say to Bai Yao. She was here to drag Qin Feng away. Rin Xiaoyao held Qin Feng's hand, and Qin Feng held Hua Yan's hand. The three of them walked away in a strange posture. Everyone in the hall was baffled. AA 2705221. Chapter 790. Bai Yao had taken a liking to Hua Yan. She was charming and enchanting, dressed in sexy clothes, and had a cold and arrogant temperament. Bai Yao loved to conquer beauties like her. Music text, however, Bai Yao did not chase after Qin Feng to stop him. After all, the sacred medic hall, which Rin Xiaoyao belonged to, was not a small faction. This was Bai Yao's first time leading the herbal sex team to the pill competition, and he did not want to cause any trouble before the competition had even started. Qin Feng walked toward the second floor with one of his arms around a beauty. Bai Yao and the rest of the people in the hall watched Qin Feng leave. They were all envious. How could this ordinary-looking man have two beauties in his arms? Moreover, one of them was the heiress of St. Medic Hall. What was Rin Xiaoyao thinking? As soon as Qin Feng left, the first floor was filled with discussions. Qin Feng didn't care about their thoughts and dragged the two girls to the fourth floor. Feng Yin Fun City had been remodeled. The second floor was a foot spa, the third floor was a bloody secret autopsy room, and the fourth floor was a private office. Now, the second floor to the fourth floor was a residential area. Most of the teams participating in the pill conference were staying in Feng Yin Fun City. When Rin Xiaoyao and Hua Yin reached the corner of the second floor, they struggled out of Qin Feng's arms. When they explored the Ghost Mountain ancient martial arts ruins, they wore masks. Therefore, they didn't recognize each other even though they were standing together. Xiao Feng, what were you doing just now? I told you about the herbal sex situation. Why are you still arguing with them? What if something goes wrong? Can you bear the responsibility? Rin Xiaoyao shook off Qin Feng's arm and started to scold him. Rin Xiaoyao was leading the team from St. Medic Hall to the pill conference. She was responsible for the fate of hundreds of people in the Rin family. Rin Xiaoyao would never be careless when it came to the pill conference. No matter who made a mistake, Rin Xiaoyao wouldn't let them off easily. Hua Yin didn't know the relationship between Xiao Feng and Rin Xiaoyao, but she didn't care. Hua Yin reverted to her dejected look and walked upstairs on her own. Hey, where are you going? I'm talking to you. Do you want to anger this young miss to death? Rin Xiaoyao saw that Qin Feng was also about to leave, so she pulled him back. Qin Feng had already sensed that Hua Yin seemed to have something on her mind. He was worried about Hua Yin and was not in the mood to bicker with little demon Ren. Little girl, hurry up and let go. I said that I would help you get the title of Alchemy King, so I won't go back on my words. If you dare to lose your temper at me again, believe it or not, I will strip you naked. Qin Feng seemed to have changed into a different person. His body emitted a cold and powerful aura, and his eyes were bloodshot. Rin Xiaoyao was given a fright and instinctively let go of Qin Feng's arm. She suddenly felt that Xiao Feng was quite unfamiliar, and she was somewhat afraid of him. Why are you so fierce? I don't want to talk to you anymore. Rin Xiaoyao felt so wrong that she was about to cry. She finally understood that Xiao Feng, this lecherous fellow, had ignored her the moment he saw another beautiful woman. Qin Feng ignored Rin Xiaoyao and chased after Hua Yin. When they reached the fourth floor, Hua Yin took out her room card and entered a room. How did you get in? Hua Yin had just taken off her high heels when she suddenly saw Xiao Feng standing behind her. She was so shocked that she jumped up. Yin, what's wrong? Qin Feng pressed on Hua Yin's shoulder and looked at Hua Yin with concern. Hua Yin was dumbfounded. She looked at Xiao Feng's pitiful expression and was confused. In her memory, she did not have any relationship with Teacher Xiao Feng. Teacher Xiao Feng, hurry up and get out, or I'll call for help. Hua Yin quickly regained her senses. Her heart began to race, and she mistakenly thought that Xiao Feng had broken in and was up to no good. Hua Yin struggled with all her might and wanted to get rid of Xiao Feng. However, she found that Xiao Feng's hands were extremely strong. Even after Hua Yin used her inner qi, she still could not break free. Qin Feng grabbed Hua Yin by the waist and carried her to the big bed in the inner room. "What are you doing? Don't touch me." Hua Yan's body had just landed on the bed, and she immediately sat up to resist. She used all kinds of techniques and punches. Qin Feng's big hand pressed on Hua Yan's shoulder, and Hua Yan immediately could not move. "Yin Yin, I'm Qin Feng." Hua Yan was Qin Feng's woman, so Qin Feng did not hide his identity. After confirming that there were no surveillance cameras or listening devices in the room, Qin Feng returned to his original appearance. Hua Yan stopped struggling and stared at Qin Feng's handsome and resolute face with her big eyes. Last time in the secret room in the ancient martial relic, when Qin Feng confessed his identity as Green Wolf, Hua Yan also had a look of disbelief on her face. "Are you really Qin Feng? Is this a human skin mask or something?" Hua Yan stretched out her lily-white hand and pinched Qin Feng's face. This action made Qin Feng speechless. Qin Feng's face felt very real, and Hua Yan was sure that this was Qin Feng. Hua Yan remembered that after Qin Feng disappeared as a teacher, Xiao Feng came to teach. Xiao Feng's character and behavior were strangely similar to Qin Feng's. Now that she thought about it, Hua Yan understood everything. "Yin Yin, why did you come to the alchemy conference alone?" Qin Feng looked at Hua Yan worriedly. The grievances in Hua Yan's heart were suddenly released. She threw herself into Qin Feng's arms and hugged his neck tightly, unwilling to let go. "Woo-woo! Qin Feng, I miss you so much." Hua Yan suddenly burst into tears. Qin Feng became even more nervous. Recently, Qin Feng had been busy with Hero City and did not contact Hua Yan. Could it be that Hua Yan was bullied? "Yin Yin, don't cry. Who bullied you? Tell me, and I'll kill him." Qin Feng cupped Hua Yan's crying face and carefully wiped the tears from her eyes. The loneliness and fear in Hua Yan's heart disappeared in an instant. When she found out that Qin Feng was here, she felt an inexplicable sense of security. Qin Feng asked Hua Yan a few times, but she did not speak. She only shook her head. After crying for a while, she gradually calmed down. Because Hua Yan had put on heavy makeup, her face looked like a little tabby cat. Qin Feng wanted to laugh when he saw her. "Yin Yin, go wash your face first. Then, tell me why you are here." Qin Feng patted Hua Yan's head dotingly. Suddenly, Hua Yan thought of something. She screamed and ran to the sink. Moments later, Qin Feng heard Hua Yan scream from the sink. Qin Feng was speechless. "Ah, how did I become so ugly? I'm doomed. Qin Feng saw me. What should I do? What if Qin Feng doesn't like me anymore? Do you still want to fuck me?" Hua Yan muttered to herself for a while. When Qin Feng saw her again, Hua Yan had already washed her face clean. Qin Feng's heartbeat quickened when he saw her pure and adorable face paired with the sexy pink qipao dress. "Yin Yin, are you here to participate in the pill conference? Why are you here alone?" Qin Feng suppressed the fire in his belly and pulled Hua Yan onto the bed. Hua Yan did not care that her Cheongsam would expose her body. She strode forward and climbed into Qin Feng's arms. "I am here for the pill conference, of course," Hua Yan said guiltily. Qin Feng held Hua Yan in his arms. He had a feeling that this girl was hiding something from him. "How can you attend the pill conference alone? Is there something you haven't told me?" Qin Feng's expression turned serious. Hua Yan was so scared that she did not dare to look Qin Feng in the eyes. "Why can't I attend the pill conference alone? There's no such restriction in the pill conference." Hua Yan's eyes were evasive. Qin Feng felt that something was wrong. He cupped Hua Yan's face, stared into her big eyes, and asked, "Even if you can attend alone, you have to represent a team, right? Tell me, which sect are you from? Which pharmacy are you from? Why haven't I heard you mention it before?" Hua Yan could not escape. Her eyes darted around, but she did not dare to look into Qin Feng's eyes. Why are you being so wishy-washy today? Don't ask me." Hua Yan was so anxious that her face turned red. She suddenly pushed Qin Feng down and jumped on him. Then, she began to take off her qipao. Just as Qin Feng was about to get up, Hua Yan bent down and kissed him on the lips. She did not give him a chance to speak. Hua Yan's fragrance was enchanting. Her lips were soft and sweet. Qin Feng's big hands had unknowingly touched Hua Yan's thighs. He could no longer control his emotions. Hua Yan seemed to have obtained some kind of release. She became unusually wild. Her voice was sexy and charming, and Qin Feng was lost in it. They did not sleep for the whole night. Qin Feng and Hua Yan were still full of energy as if nothing had happened. This was one of the benefits of being a martial artist. They were full of energy every day. Hua Yan had already gotten up and started to put on her clothes. Qin Feng kept staring at her body. Isn't it enough for you to touch me for the whole night? What's there to look at? Hua Yan felt a little embarrassed when she saw Qin Feng's burning gaze. Qin Feng returned to his senses and smiled awkwardly. He quickly put on his clothes and took Hua Yan out for dinner. Why you two really slept together last night? As soon as they left the house, they saw Ren Xiaoyao pacing back and forth in the corridor. Ren Xiaoyao woke up early in the morning and was looking for Qin Feng. Today was the day of the Elixir Conference. She could not contact Xiao Feng since he disappeared last night. His phone was also turned off. Of course we slept together. Do you have a problem with that? Hua Yan did not know Xiao Feng's identity yesterday, but she knew it now. When she saw Ren Xiaoyao again, a wave of jealousy arose in her heart. Yesterday, she had seen Qin Feng and Ren Xiaoyao hugging each other, and their relationship was ambiguous. Ren Xiaoyao walked to Qin Feng's side. She was very unhappy with Hua Yan's domineering attitude. However, she could not think of a retort. After all, Ren Xiaoyao and Qin Feng were fake lovers. She did not have the confidence to challenge Hua Yan in front of her. After all, they had slept together. Of course, I have no problem with that. TSK. You have an outstanding figure and appearance, but you have poor eyesight. You can even like such an ordinary man, and you're willing to sleep with him? You're really a weirdo among women. Ren Xiaoyao had a belly full of anger. Although she didn't like Xiao Feng, he was the first man to take advantage of her and play games with her to scam her for pills. A rich lady like Ren Xiaoyao was very possessive. She had already regarded Xiao Feng as her exclusive possession. How could she tolerate another woman being with Xiao Feng? As a woman, Hua Yan could clearly feel Ren Xiaoyao's jealousy. Ren Xiaoyao was also an outstanding beauty, and she was the young lady of St. Medical. Hua Yan's hostility toward Ren Xiaoyao was very strong. She kissed Qin Feng's lips in front of Hua Yan. I like Xiao Feng. What can you do about it? Don't say that Xiao Feng looks ordinary. You're just saying that the grapes are sour because you can't eat them. P.S. There was a power outage at home today, so I went to my sister's house. As soon as I turned on my computer, there was a power outage at my sister's house as well. So I came to the hamburger shop to freeload on electricity. Young Master Du is really going all out. I'm begging for monthly votes. Chapter 791. It's the fourth update today. Seeking monthly votes. Qin Feng had no idea why Ren Xiaoyao and Hua Yan suddenly quarreled with each other. You're too frivolous. Disgusting. Ren Xiaoyao blushed when she saw Qin Feng and Hua Yan's intimate behavior. Hua Yan was not angry. She hugged Qin Feng and kissed him again. I'm disgusting. I wonder if a woman like you has kissed another man before. If I were Xiao Feng, I wouldn't be with you. Don't worry. I'm only frivolous with Xiao Feng. I'm too lazy to look at other men. I'm not like some women who still have their first kiss. Qin Feng felt the world had changed. Gone were the days when he would blush when he held hands. Nowadays, women would be despised if they still had their first kiss and chastity. Ren Xiaoyao was embarrassed and annoyed. Her pretty face turned into a big apple. Hua Yan held her head high and puffed out her chest like a victorious rooster flaunting her prestige. Qin Feng thought these two girls were still kids. They were so cute and innocent when they quarreled. Hua Yan had hit the nail on the head. Ren Xiaoyao was speechless. As the daughter of St. Medical, Ren Xiaoyao had been spoiled since she was young. She had never been bullied like this before. She couldn't hold it in anymore. She launched a palm strike at Hua Yan. You're a bad woman. Ren Xiaoyao's palm was as white as snow. It was as tender as a newborn baby's hand. It didn't look threatening at all. However, the palm strike created a gust of wind. Her stage 7 inner chi surged. No one would have thought that this innocent girl could be so powerful when she was serious. Huayan had just broken through to stage 6 demon cultivator, so she wasn't afraid of Ren Xiaoyao. Her slender palm struck down swiftly, bringing with it a streak of ice that dropped the surrounding temperature. Bang! Two dull thuds sounded at the same time. Qin Feng was already standing between the two of them and deftly dispelled their attacks. Ren Xiaoyao and Hua Yin were shocked and worried. Hua Yin had already hugged Qin Feng's arm. "Are you all right, my dear? I'll be fine as long as you guys stop fighting." Qin Feng looked at Hua Yin with a bitter smile. Hua Yin had already calmed down. She realized she was too excited just now and stuck her tongue out at Qin Feng. Ren Xiaoyao was worried about Qin Feng, but she didn't show it on her face. She felt relieved when she saw Qin Feng was fine. How powerful is Qiao Feng? How could he defy my attack so easily? All right, let's go downstairs and have breakfast. Qin Feng reached out to hug Ren Xiaoyao when he saw that the two girls had finally stopped fighting. "Who wants to eat with you? It's so disgusting that I have no appetite." Ren Xiaoyao leaped and dodged to the side. She glared at Qin Feng and Hua Yin angrily and went downstairs first. Qin Feng shook his head and smiled bitterly. He held Hua Yin's slender waist and followed her. "You're such a playboy. Every month, I see you flirting with a new beauty. I have to give it to you." Hua Yin complained as she lay in Qin Feng's arms. She felt warm and comfortable. "I'm not here to pick up girls. I'm here for the Elixir Conference." Qin Feng looked at Hua Yin seriously. Hua Yin snorted and didn't say anything. She didn't believe Qin Feng's words. Today was the first round of the Elixir Conference. It was scheduled to start at 7 a.m. There was still half an hour before the start of the competition. The public restaurant on the second floor was full of participants. Qin Feng and Hua Yin found an empty table and started to enjoy their breakfast. Hua Yin fed the steak to Qin Feng. The scene was so warm and sweet that little devil, who was hiding to the side, was so angry that her nose became crooked when she saw this scene. "Ladies and gentlemen, the Elixir Conference is about to start. Please gather at the banquet hall on the first floor after your meal. The competition will start at 7 a.m. sharp." Li Xiao Jie's voice came from the broadcast on the second floor. After the broadcast, more than half of the people in the restaurant had left. Qin Feng walked downstairs with Hua Yin in his arms. "Yin Yin, you haven't told me. Which team are you representing? What level are you now?" Qin Feng asked Hua Yin as he walked down the stairs. The Hedonist sovereign system had a mission about Hua Yin, which was to help her become a level 6 alchemist. When Qin Feng stayed in Chang Xian's villa, Hua Yin was a level 3 alchemist. However, Qin Feng fed her the fire spirit pill and turned her into a dual attribute demon cultivator. He believed that her alchemy skills had improved a lot. "I might not participate in the competition. My alchemy skills are too low. I'm only a level 4 alchemist. However, I've tried to refine level 5 spiritual pills, and the success rate is only 10%. Hua Yin seemed to be trying to hide something. Qin Feng said, "If you can refine level 5 spiritual pills, then you're a level 5 alchemist, right?" "You can't say that. I can refine level 4 spiritual pills, but level 5 alchemists can only refine the most basic types of pills. In terms of alchemy, I'm already a level 5 alchemist, but I think I'm still far from being a level 5 alchemist." Qin Feng had a better understanding of Hua Yin's alchemy skills. In Qin Feng's opinion, Hua Yin was already a level 5 alchemist, and it was only a matter of time before she became a level 6 alchemist. As the two of them chatted, they arrived at the banquet hall on the first floor. This was the venue for the competition last night. The banquet hall had been cleaned, and the food carts, flower baskets, and ribbons had been removed. Instead, there were 3 rows of alchemy furnaces of the same size. These alchemy furnaces looked very ordinary. There were coal and firewood under the furnaces. Qin Feng was speechless when he saw these furnaces. "Qiao Feng, why are you still standing with her? Hurry up and join the Saint Medic Hall team." Unbeknownst to Qin Feng, Ren Xiaoyao had appeared beside Qin Feng. She grabbed Qin Feng's arm and dragged him towards Saint Medic Hall. Qin Feng realized that the banquet hall was filled with people. Everyone was standing in rows according to their own teams. Qin Feng dragged Hua Yin to the Saint Medical team. He would not let Hua Yin fight alone. Miss Run, where did this woman come from? It's bad enough that you brought a wild man with you. But why did you bring a woman with you? Uncle Gu glared at Qin Feng as soon as he arrived. Who are you calling a wild man? I won't let you off easily if you continue to spout nonsense. Hua Yin glared at Uncle Gu angrily before Qin Feng could speak. She would not allow anyone to speak ill of Qin Feng. Uncle Gu was very famous in the Saint Medic Hall and the alchemy world. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode when he was reprimanded by a little girl in public. Aw, youngsters nowadays are really ill-mannered. Every time they open their mouths, they would spout harsh words. Do you think you won't let me off easily? Who do you think you are? Uncle Gu had been suppressing a bellyful of anger for a long time, and now he also roared. Old man, watch your words. I don't want to fight with you since you are from the Saint Medic Hall. Qin Feng's face turned cold. He stood in front of Hua Yin and glared at Uncle Gu. When Ren Xiaoyao saw that the situation was tense and that a fight was about to break out, she anxiously came forward to mediate. Xiao Feng, the competition is about to begin. We have an agreement. If you can't fulfill your promise, I won't fulfill my promise either. Ren Xiaoyao glared at Qin Feng angrily. Qin Feng knew what Ren Xiaoyao was talking about. He did not make a move when he recalled the system's mission to join the Martial Artist Alliance's law enforcement hall. Hua Yin seemed to have seen through Qin Feng's dilemma. She whispered into Qin Feng's ear, "Then you can continue with the competition. I'm going back to my room to sleep. Good luck." You're not going to participate in the competition? Qin Feng asked. Forget it. I won't be able to get a good ranking even if I participate in the competition. I'm a little tired, so I want to go back and rest for a while. Hua Yin hugged Qin Feng. All right, wait for me in the room. I'll go and find you after I'm done. Qin Feng caressed Hua Yin's hair dotingly. Hua Yin smiled sweetly at Qin Feng before she turned and left. There were not many women in the hall. Hua Yin and Ren Xiaoyao were the two prettiest beauties in the hall. Seeing Hua Yin suddenly leave, many people were disappointed. Now, they had one less target to peep at. After Ren Xiaoyao comforted Qin Feng, she said a few words to Uncle Gu. Seeing that Hua Yin had left, Uncle Gu didn't want to pick a quarrel with Qin Feng anymore. He stood aside angrily and said nothing. A few more teams arrived at the hall one after another. The originally empty hall was now occupied by more than 30 teams. In total, there were almost 300 people. At this time, Li Xiaojie walked into the hall with a group of people. Ghostface Mountain was not there. He was probably cultivating. The noisy hall immediately quieted down when they saw Li Xiaojie. The scene of Li Xiaojie brutally beating up Yang Wei in Fun City was still fresh in everyone's mind. Li Xiaojie led a group of verdant sect disciples to the center of the hall. After looking around, Li Xiaojie revealed a strange smile and said, "Welcome to Feng Yun Fun City for this year's Elixir Conference. The Elixir Conference is held once every 3 years. Every time, the Elixir Conference will gather the Elixir Masters of the martial arts world and the secular world." Li Xiaojie's opening speech was not meaningful at all. After a lot of nonsense, he finally got to the point. Now, I declare the official start of this year's Elixir Conference. Now, let me introduce the judges of this year's Elixir Conference. At the entrance of the hall, 2 men in suits and leather shoes walked into the hall. The man in front was in his 40s and had a crew cut. Behind him was a young man in his 20s. Qin Feng's eyes lit up when he saw them. When the 2 men walked to Li Xiaojie's side, the man in his 40s took the lead and said, "Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Xiao Jian, a disciple of the Martial Artist Union's headquarters in the provincial capital. I'm attending this year's Elixir Conference as a judge. I can guarantee that this Elixir Conference will be conducted in an open and fair manner. I wish you all the best." After Xiao Jian finished his introduction, the man behind him took a step forward. "Everyone, I'm Zhang Yi, the judge sent by the Dragon Sect of China." After Xiao Jian had said everything that needed to be said, Zhang Yi briefly introduced himself. This man was Zhang Yi, a member of the Dragon Sect's Huang group. He was one of Qin Feng's lackeys. This Elixir Conference was obviously a high-class competition. Even the Martial Artist Union and the Dragon Sect had sent their people to supervise and maintain order. However, judging from the order of Xiao Jian and Zhang Ye's introduction, the people from the Martial Artist Union seemed to be more powerful than the Dragon Sect. After the two men finished their introductions, Li Xiao Jie continued. In this year's Elixir Conference, the Martial Artist Union will represent the martial artist world, and the Dragon Sect will represent the Huaxia government. Other than that, the judges have also found two representatives from the world of alchemy. They are Uncle Gu from the Saint Medic Hall and Bai Yao from the Herbal Sect. Uncle Gu and Bai Yao walked out together. Uncle Gu was the pharmacist representative of the martial artist world, and Bai Yao was the representative of the martial artist world. This Elixir Conference had gathered representatives from all over the world. Even Qin Feng's interest was piqued. Chapter 792. After Uncle Gu and Bai Yao came out, they each said a few words. When Uncle Gu spoke, he glanced at Qin Feng from time to time with an arrogant and disdainful expression. Ren Xiao Yao wanted to beat him up. Qin Feng ignored the old man and waited for the four judges to finish speaking. Today's Medicinal Pill Conference officially began. The first day of the competition was Pill Refining Speed, which was the speed of refining pills. After Zhang Ye and Xiao Jian's discussion, they decided to use the Grade 2 Inner Essence Pill as the pill for the Pill Refining Speed competition. There were 33 teams participating in the conference, and each team had a number. They stood in front of their respective pill furnaces according to their number. Qin Feng followed the Saint Medic Hall team to furnace number 1. Because the Saint Medic Hall won the title of King of Elixirs in the last conference, the Saint Medic Hall's number this time was furnace number 1. Xiao Feng, are you sure you can refine the Grade 2 Inner Essence Pill? How long do you need to refine one furnace of pills? Seeing that the competition was about to begin, Ren Xiao Yao was so nervous that her palms started to sweat. Qin Feng had never refined an inner elemental pill before. He had bought the formulas for the mind-raising pill, healing pill, and chi-strengthening pill from the system. Qin Feng didn't know how to refine an inner elemental pill, but it didn't matter because he had already spent 2,000 hedonist points to buy the formula for the inner elemental pill. A large amount of memories exploded in Qin Feng's mind. The method of refining the inner essence pill, the control of the fire, the order of adding the medicinal ingredients, the refining time, and the number of pills all appeared in Qin Feng's mind in detail. How long does that old man take to refine one furnace of inner essence pill? How many pills does he refine? After Qin Feng had the memories of refining the inner essence pill, he didn't answer directly. Instead, he asked Ren Xiao Yao. Qin Feng knew that the hedonist system's alchemy pavilion was very powerful, so he was afraid that the number he said would scare Ren Xiao Yao. With Uncle Gu's alchemy skills, he would definitely refine 12 pills in each furnace of inner essence pill, and one furnace would take about half an hour, Ren Xiao Yao said as she rolled her eyes. Qin Feng was shocked and thought that he was lucky that he didn't say it first. According to the alchemy pavilion's formula, if Qin Feng refined the inner essence pill in the alchemy pavilion, he would refine one furnace of inner essence pill in 10 minutes, and each furnace would produce 24 pills. Based on this speed, Qin Feng's efficiency in refining inner elemental pills was 6 times that of Uncle Gu. If this number were to spread, Ren Xiao Yao would definitely be scared to death. Ahem, then I guess I'll be twice as fast as Uncle Gu. Qin Feng hesitated for a while and decided to keep a low profile. What? You're twice as efficient as Uncle Gu? Can you stop bragging to me at a time like this? This isn't funny at all. Ren Xiao Yao suddenly cried out in alarm. Just this number had shocked her to the core. Ren Xiao Yao was so agitated that she couldn't control her voice. Her loud voice was heard by everyone in the hall. Everyone looked at the sacred medic hall in confusion. They didn't know what was going on. Uncle Gu was standing next to Qin Feng. When he heard Qin Feng's words, he was so angry that his nose became crooked. Humph! What an ignorant child. You say you can refine the inner Yuan Dan twice as fast as me? Do you think you're a pill god? Why don't you boast a little more? You might as well say that you're 6 times faster than me. What a joke. Is this the reliable person that Miss Ren found? Uncle Gu had disliked Qin Feng for a long time. Now he was mocking Qin Feng in all sorts of ways. Although Ren Xiaoyao was a little dissatisfied with Uncle Gu's attitude, Qin Feng's words were a little overboard. Ren Xiaoyao didn't know how to speak up for Qin Feng. The competition is about to begin. Everyone, don't quarrel. Do your best. Ren Xiaoyao glared at Qin Feng angrily and asked everyone to quiet down with a straight face. Xiao Jian, Zhang Yi, and Li Xiaojie sat at the table in the center of the hall. Xiao Jian looked at his watch and announced, "The first round of the pill refining conference officially begins." The time limit of the pill refining conference is 3 hours. Every team can only send out 2 pill masters to refine the inner Yuan Dan. After the time limit is up, the number of inner Yuan Dan produced by each team will be counted as 1 point. Xiao Jian explained the situation of the pill refining conference. As soon as he finished speaking, all 33 teams started to get busy. Rumble! The hall was filled with the sound of starting a fire. Everyone was busy. The pill master sat in front of the cauldron and started to refine the inner Yuan Dan. Beside him were the disciples who helped him with the concoction and the fire. Rumble! There were 33 teams, and a total of 66 cauldrons were lit on fire. The temperature in the hall instantly rose by a few degrees. The first round of the pill refining conference restricted the use of natural fire seeds, so Qin Feng could not use his destructive flame to refine the inner Yuan Dan. The atmosphere was unusually intense when the competition began. Soon, the hall turned into a giant steamer. The air was filled with the rich aroma of herbs. The temperature kept rising. Xiao Jian and the other 2 sitting in the center of the hall were sweating profusely. Rumble! Qin Feng could not use the destructive flame, so he kept throwing coal and firewood under the cauldron to increase the intensity of the fire. Huayan took the initiative to help Qin Feng concoct the herbs and became his personal servant. Rumble! Beside Qin Feng, Uncle Gu's cauldron was also burning with fire. Uncle Gu was displeased when he saw Ren Xiaoyao did not help him and went to help an unreliable brat. He glared at Qin Feng from time to time. Qin Feng saw that the temperature of the fire was about right. He ignored Uncle Gu and started throwing the herbs that Ren Xiaoyao concocted into the cauldron. Pill refining was a technical job. There were strict requirements for the control of the fire, the order and quantity of the herbs, the time of refining, and the injection of inner qi. Rumble! As soon as the herbs were thrown into the cauldron, Qin Feng injected his inner qi into the fire. The fire, which was originally at the bottom of the cauldron, suddenly rose to the mouth of the cauldron. The raging fire scared Ren Xiaoyao so much that she almost fell to the ground. "Xiao Feng, why didn't you tell me in advance? You scared me to death." Ren Xiaoyao patted her big chest and complained. Qin Feng could not help but steal a few glances at her chest. What are you looking at? How can you be in the mood to look at pill refining? Don't ruin the pill." Ren Xiaoyao sat beside Qin Feng and complained. If it was a normal alchemist, he would have ruined the pill after being nagged by her. Luckily, with Qin Feng's current pill refining skills, this kind of second-grade pill was nothing to him. The main alchemists of the other teams were also in full swing. The strength of these alchemists was like heaven and earth. Some of the main alchemists of the small pharmacies were only second-grade alchemists, and it was extremely strenuous for them to refine this furnace of inner Yuan pills. Naturally, there were many strong opponents in the team. The main alchemists of the herbal sect, poison sect, and yang merchant group were all very powerful. In front of them, pill refining became an art that could be appreciated. They added the herbs, added the fire, rotated the cauldron. Every operation was orderly and had reached the point of perfection. Ren Xiaoyao looked around, and her gaze stopped on the main alchemist of Baoji Hall for a while. Baoji Hall was considered a small pharmacy of the outer martial arts world. However, one of them had a white-haired old man. His pill refining skills were very exquisite, and it seemed that his level was not too low. Time passed very quickly. 20 minutes passed in the blink of an eye. On the other hand, Zhang Yi and Xiao Jian, who were sitting at the judge's table, felt tormented. The temperature in the hall had definitely exceeded 40 degrees Celsius. Both of them were sweating profusely as if they had been drenched in the rain. Since the hall was stuffy and hot, Li Xiaojie had already left with the people from the Verdant sect. Rumble! Suddenly, a loud explosion came from the hall. All the alchemists who were concentrating on pill refining looked over, because the explosion was definitely not the sound of a fire being lit. It sounded like the explosion of a pill being released from the furnace. The source of the explosion was from Qin Feng's cauldron. 18 milky white pills rose slowly and floated in the air under the influence of the inner qi. Everyone was dumbfounded by this scene. Even the main alchemists of the poison sect, herbal sect, and yang merchant group were dumbfounded. Uncle Gu, who was sitting beside Qin Feng, rolled his eyes and almost fainted. The pills are formed? The pills are formed in such a short time? Fuck. It's only been 20 minutes, and I haven't even refined half of the inner yuan pills. Look at his success rate. That's 18 inner elemental dawn. As a 5th grade alchemist, I can only refine 10 inner elemental dawn at most. What a young man. Is he the new alchemist of the Saint Medic? It seems like the Saint Medic is going to win the title of King of Elixirs again. Qin Feng had refined 18 inner yuan pills in 20 minutes, and the entire hall was in an uproar. Seeing that he had accidentally caused such a big commotion, Qin Feng felt embarrassed. In order to keep a low profile, he purposely delayed the inner yuan pills that could have been refined in 10 minutes to 20 minutes. He could have refined 24 inner yuan pills, but he purposely made 18 inner yuan pills. Qin Feng had done so much to keep a low profile, but he still became the center of attention due to a moment of carelessness. This made Qin Feng very upset. Silly girl, why are you still standing there? Hurry up and store the inner yuan pills. Qin Feng ignored the discussions and weird looks from the people around him. He was waiting for Little Demon to finish storing the inner yuan pills and continue with the second furnace. Ah? Oh. Hurry up and store them. Ah. Xiao Feng, you're amazing. Little Demon was still in a daze. When she regained her senses, she quickly stored the 18 inner yuan pills and hugged Xiao Feng. She danced with joy. Little Demon was sweating profusely, and her body was sticky. Qin Feng pushed Little Demon away with a look of disgust. All right. Don't disturb me. I'm just warming up. Qin Feng pushed Little Demon away and continued to refine pills as if nothing had happened. The other alchemists had yet to recover from their shock. Qin Feng's pill refining speed was unbelievably fast. Elder Yang from the poison sect secretly glanced at Xiao Feng countless times, and his eyes were still filled with amazement. Uncle Yao from the Yang Enterprise had a cold expression on his face. He did not expect Xiao Feng to be so amazing. The medicine faction's head alchemist was a gray-haired old man, and he occasionally glanced at Qin Feng. No one knew what he was thinking. The most furious person was Uncle Gu, who was sitting next to Qin Feng. This old man had been mocking and belittling Qin Feng the moment he saw him. At the beginning of the competition, he even mocked Qin Feng for boasting. In the end, Qin Feng's pill refining speed was twice as fast as Uncle Gu's. It felt like an invisible giant hand had viciously slapped Uncle Gu's old face over a dozen times, slapping all of his dignity away. The competition continued. Due to Qin Feng's strength, the other participating teams felt pressured. Even the 3 strongest teams, the Poison Sect, the Yang Enterprise, and the Medicine Faction, could not do anything about Qin Feng's speed. Rumble. Just when everyone was on tenterhooks and speeding up their pill refining speed, another muffled explosion sounded without warning. Qin Feng's second cauldron of inner energy pills was done. 20 milky white inner energy pills floated in the air above the cauldron. This time, Qin Feng's pill refining speed was even faster. He only used 15 minutes to refine a cauldron of inner energy pills. Moreover, the number of inner energy pills had increased by 2. Qin Feng had already refined 2 cauldrons of pills. The alchemists from the other teams had not even finished their first cauldron of pills. This was a serious blow to everyone's confidence, especially those alchemists from small pharmacies. They regretted participating in the competition. This was a naked face-slapping competition. Chapter 793. Girl, you're spacing out again. Quickly put away the inner elemental pills. I still have to start the 3rd furnace. Qin Feng glared at Ren Xiaoyao and reprimanded her, but she wasn't angry at all. After returning to her senses, Ren Xiaoyao immediately put away the second furnace of inner elemental pills and took out her handkerchief. She giggled as she lay on Qin Feng's back and began to wipe his sweat. "My dear, you're really too amazing. Don't tire yourself out. Just do your best. Yao Yao will wipe your sweat and fan you later." Thanks to Qin Feng's alchemy speed, Ren Xiaoyao was completely in awe of Qin Feng. Now, no matter what Qin Feng said, Ren Xiaoyao believed it to be correct. When she looked at Qin Feng, her eyes began to shine, as if she had seen a shining gold brick. Bang, bang, bang. Not long after Qin Feng finished the second furnace of inner elemental pills, a series of explosions rang out in the hall. Uncle Gu, Uncle Yao, the poison sect's head apothecary, and the herbal faction's apothecary had all refined their first furnace of inner elemental pills. Ren Xiaoyao specially observed that the white-haired elder from Baoji Hall had also refined his first batch of pills. Originally, forming a pill was something that made people very happy. But looking at the faces of those alchemists, they were all gloomier than the last. When they heard the explosive sound of the pill forming, they felt very depressed. Xiao Feng had already refined 2 furnaces, and they had only refined 1 furnace. The competition was in full swing. The temperature in the hall had also risen to a maddening temperature. In this stuffy room of 50 degrees, everyone's clothes were drenched in sweat. Ren Xiaoyao's red qipao tightly clung to her body, outlining her voluptuous figure. Fragrant sweat poured down her face like rain, and all of it dripped on Qin Feng's head. She said, "Next, I will announce the winner of this alchemy conference's pill refining speed competition, Sacred Medic. There's a newcomer in the Sacred Medic Hall, Alchemist Xiao Feng. His speed of forming pills is extremely fast. In this competition, he alone formed 240 pills. In addition to Uncle Gu's 72 pills, there's a total of 312 inner yuan pills and 312 points." After Xiao Yu announced this result, the hall immediately burst into an uproar. After Qin Feng's 240 pills alone, of this number of pills of the number of pills, everyone had different expressions as they discussed. Zhang Yi, who was standing at the judging panel, suddenly trembled. When he heard the 2 words Xiao Feng, he was so shocked that he almost cried out. Zhang Ye was already looking in the direction of the Saint Medic Hall. When he saw Qin Feng, Zhang Ye's expression became very colorful. Because there were too many teams participating in the competition, and because there was a lot of smoke during the concoction process, Zhang Ye didn't notice that his big brother Xiao Feng had actually come here as an alchemist. Thinking of how Xiao Feng had shocked the world with a single brilliant feat, defeating all the experts in the alchemy world, Zhang Ye's heart was racing. Was there anything that big brother Xiao Feng was not good at? Xiao of a saint. Congratulations, brother. Of a brother Yao, is his qi great? Zhang Ye plastered a smile on his face and hastily ran to Qin Feng's side. Halfway through his sentence, Qin Feng interrupted him and said, "Haha, this must be Dragon Sect's brother Zhang Ye. Nice to meet you." Xiao Feng was a quick-witted person. He wanted to flatter brother Xiao Feng more, but when he saw Xiao Feng pretending not to know him, Zhang Yi immediately understood. Cough, cough. Brother Xiao, you don't have to be so courteous. Our Dragon Sect also values an outstanding apothecary like you. I hope Brother Xiao can continue to perform as usual in the competition. Zhang Yi did not know why Xiao Feng hid his identity as Dragon Sect's vice-team leader to refine pills, but he did not ask. Since Xiao Feng did not want to reveal his identity, Zhang Yi pretended not to know anything. Seeing the Dragon Sect's representative personally fawning on Xiao Feng, all the participating teams were envious. Zhang Yi had already retreated back to his seat at the judging panel, displaying a cold and indifferent attitude. Bai Yao was unhappy because the herbal sect had lost the competition. Uncle Gu, who represented the Sacred Medic Hall, had clearly won the competition, but there was no trace of joy on his face. This was because the limelight had been stolen by Qin Feng, and Uncle Gu had a belly full of anger. After Xiao Jian announced the results, he recorded the corresponding points of each team. The rule of this alchemy conference was to add the total points of the 3 competitions together. The team with the most points would be crowned as the #1 medicinal clinic. The first day of the competition was considered to be over. Everyone left dejectedly. Because of Qin Feng's strong appearance, today's competition had left a huge shadow in the hearts of these apothecaries. They almost started to doubt their lives. Chapter 794. Fourth update. Seeking monthly votes. Qin Feng followed the group from St. Medic out of the hall. When he came outside, the feeling of the cool breeze blowing was even more refreshing. The room where he was refining pills just now had already turned into a sauna. "Brother Qiao, where are you going?" Zhang Yi chased after Qin Feng with a grin on his face. It was beyond Zhang Yi's expectation to see Qiao Feng here. Now that Zhang Yi was Qiao Feng's #1 follower, he couldn't wait to curry favor with his big brother. The group from St. Medic stopped and looked at Zhang Yi in confusion. This guy is from Dragon Sect. Why does he want to curry favor with Qiao Feng? Qin Feng used Qiao Feng's identity to participate in the medicinal pill conference to avoid being exposed. Qiao Feng's identity was very secretive, and not many people knew him. "Brother Zhang Yi, I have something to do now. I'll talk to you when I'm free." Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Zhang Yi. Zhang Yi trembled in fear and hastily ran away. All right. "Brother Qiao Feng, I'm leaving now." The people from St. Medic had different expressions on their faces when they saw the Dragon Sect member scurrying away. They didn't know what to say. St. Medic won the championship today, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. Now, you can do whatever you want. Ren Xiaoyao was still grinning from ear to ear. The group of disciples from St. Medic ran away excitedly as soon as she finished her words. Uncle Gu had a dark expression on his face, as if someone in his family had died. He glared fiercely at Qin Feng and Ren Xiaoyao, then gloomily walked away. Only Qin Feng and Ren Xiaoyao were left on the first floor of Fun City. Qin Feng wanted to go back and find Hua Yin for a while. Ding! The Hedonist Sovereign System has issued a mission. Train Ren Xiaoyao and make her host's maid. Time limit: 6 months. The system will reward host Qin Feng 30,000 Hedonist points, 1 Thundercloud Stone, and 5 kilograms of purple core iron if the mission is completed. If the mission is failed, 60,000 Hedonist points will be deducted. Qin Feng had just turned around when the system beeped in his mind. Qin Feng felt a headache when he saw the training mission. Ren Xiaoyao was a spoiled princess of St. Medic. How could he train her to be a maid? Is the system toying with me? Qin Feng thought about it again. How many times had he been played by the system? Immediately, he stopped complaining. After calming down, Qin Feng looked at the mission reward. Thundercloud Stone was a rare material used to forge spirit tools. There was a chance to forge a Thunder Attribute spirit tool. Purple Core Iron, the main material used to forge purple-grade weapons. These 2 rewards were very useful to Qin Feng. The Thundercloud Stone could be added when refining the Starry Sky Flying Sword. If the Flying Sword had the Lightning attribute, it would be even more dazzling and invincible. Qin Feng also had a system quest to forge a purple-grade spiritual weapon. This 5 kilograms of purple core iron could be used to forge a purple-grade weapon. "Big brother Qiao Feng, where do you want to go to play? I will accompany you today." Just as Qin Feng came back to his senses from his quest, he heard Ren Little Witch's sweet voice, scaring him so much that he almost fell. "Yao Yao, did you take the wrong medicine? Speak properly." Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Little Demon. He was agonizing over how to teach this arrogant young miss a lesson. Usually, when Little Demon was scolded by Qin Feng, she would immediately turn hostile and retort. But this time, Ren Little Demon didn't care at all. She still looked at Qin Feng with a charming and fawning expression. "Big brother Qiao Feng, you look so handsome when you're angry." If Qin Feng's original handsome face was praised as handsome, he would think it was a very normal thing. However, Qin Feng's face was Qiao Feng's, and he was praised as handsome by Little Demon. Qin Feng's expression immediately darkened. "Handsome my ass. Are you in heat, lass?" Ren Little Demon was scolded one after another. A trace of resentment flashed through her beautiful eyes, but she quickly recovered her smile. "I'm not in heat. You're already very handsome." Qin Feng knew that Ren Little Demon definitely had something to ask of him. "Don't talk nonsense. Just say what you want to say." Qin Feng glared at Rin Little Demon impatiently. Big Brother Xiao Feng, your performance in the pill speed competition today was too great. It was simply cool, awesome. When Rin Little Demon went crazy, even Qin Feng was afraid of her. Hearing Rin Little Demon's soft voice, Qin Feng had goosebumps all over his body. You have nothing to say? Then I'll go back and find Yin Yin. Qin Feng left immediately, and Rin Little Demon hurriedly chased after him. Aya! Xiao Feng, why are you looking for that woman? How am I worse than that woman? What do you want to play? I'll play with you. When Rin Little Demon spoke, she purposely used her hand to touch Qin Feng's chest. The curve was too exaggerated. It was indeed comparable to Hua Yan's. Qin Feng thought of the system's mission. With Rin Little Demon's current state, he could try to train her first. Are you looking for me about the competition the day after tomorrow? Qin Feng had already guessed Rin Little Demon's intentions. Rin Little Demon nodded her head like a chick pecking rice. She said shyly, Big Brother Xiao Feng, I didn't expect your pill refining skills to be so good. I didn't realize before, but you're even better than Uncle Gu. After today's pill refining speed competition, Rin Little Demon began to look at Qin Feng in a different light. Before this, Rin Little Demon guessed that Qin Feng was at most a grade 6 pill refining master. Even so, Rin Little Demon had tolerated many things from Qin Feng. However, after today's incident, Rin Little Demon realized how ignorant she was. Rin Little Demon would never believe that Xiao Feng was a grade 7 pill refining master. He was a grade 7 golden pill refining master. Even Saint Medic didn't have one. In the entire world of pill refining, there were only a handful of grandmasters like Xiao Feng. Right now, Rin Xiao Yao only had one thought, and that was to make Xiao Feng stay in the Saint Medic Hall. In order to achieve this goal, Rin Xiao Yao had already put down his arrogance. Things like moral integrity and bottom line were no longer important to him. That only shows that you're too short-sighted. An expert like me usually keeps a low profile. Qin Feng had already guessed the reason for Rin Little Demon's sudden change in attitude, so he decided to beat her at her own game. That's right. Big Brother Xiao Feng keeps a low profile. Otherwise, all the men in China wouldn't be able to live. Rin Little Demon took a step forward and grabbed Qin Feng's arm. The way she called him Big Brother Xiao Feng was really sweet. Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He didn't expect Rin Little Demon to behave like this after she put down her pride. However, Qin Feng felt that Rin Little Demon's praises were the truth. Don't worry, I'll do my best in the competition tomorrow and the next 2 days. I'm sure I'll be the Pill King and the #1 medicinal clinic this year. Qin Feng was in a good mood when he felt the softness on his arm. Rin Little Demon had been waiting for Qin Feng to say this. She hugged Qin Feng's arm and shook it excitedly. Big Brother Xiao Feng, you said it? Then I'll be at ease and wait for Big Brother Xiao Feng to help Saint Medic clinch the #1 medicinal clinic. Of course we'll clinch the #1 medicinal clinic. However, things aren't as simple as you say. Qin Feng poured a bucket of cold water on Rin Little Demon, who was excited, and she suddenly stopped. I believe Big Brother Xiao Feng can definitely do it. Whatever you need, I can satisfy you. After Rin Little Demon recovered from her momentary daze, she hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly and acted like a spoiled child. Qin Feng's body was on fire because of this girl. His gaze was fixed on Rin Little Demon's chest. Before Qin Feng could speak, Rin Little Demon hurriedly added, Of course, other than not giving my body to Big Brother Xiao Feng, Little Demon will do her best in everything else. I believe that with Big Brother Xiao Feng's upright and noble character, you won't make such an unreasonable request of Little Demon, right? Rin Little Demon bounced happily, and Qin Feng forcefully swallowed the words he was about to say. Of course I'm not that kind of shameless person. Don't worry. However, I'm lacking a servant girl to serve me during the 3 days I'm here to participate in the medicinal pill conference. I think you meet the requirements for a servant girl. Qin Feng began to attempt the new mission issued by the system. This training mission had to be done step by step. Rin Little Demon's pretty face immediately darkened. She was the daughter of the Saint Medic Hall, and Xiao Feng wanted her to be a servant girl? If it wasn't for Xiao Feng's amazing alchemy skills, Ren Little Demon would have started beating him up. Big brother Xiao Feng, I don't want to be a servant anymore. Can you change to something else? Ren Little Demon started to shake Qin Feng's arm again. Qin Feng realized that women were really annoying when they acted like a spoiled child, especially beautiful women with big breasts. Then forget it. I can't promise you that I'll be able to get the title of the first medicinal clinic. Qin Feng shook off Ren Little Demon's hand and walked away. Xiao Feng, have you forgotten our agreement? You don't want to enter the Martial Artist Alliance's law enforcement hall? Ren Little Demon really didn't want to be a servant girl. She had no choice but to threaten Qin Feng. Qin Feng continued to walk forward with his hands behind his head. He said indifferently, "Do you think it's difficult for me to enter the law enforcement hall as a grade 7 alchemist? I only joined the St. Medic Hall because I was annoyed by you last time. Are you using this to threaten me? Fine, I'll go back to the provincial capital with Yin Yin tomorrow." Ren Little Demon was so scared that she ran up to Qin Feng and hugged his arm. Big brother Xiao Feng, you're all sweaty from alchemy. Do you want to go to Xiao Yao's room? I'll help you wipe your sweat. Qin Feng looked at the bashful and charming Ren Xiao Yao in his arms and was in a good mood. He slapped her perky bottom. Let's go. Let's go to your room to take a bath. Along the way, everyone stared at Qin Feng and Ren Little Demon. Last night, Qin Feng went to Hua Yan's room to sleep. Today, he went to Ren Little Demon's room in broad daylight. Everyone was jealous. A woman's room was different from a man's. This difference was especially obvious when they stayed in a hotel. The facilities and layout of the rooms in the guest house were basically the same, but after Ren Xiao Yao moved in, there was a warm and cozy feeling to the room. On the bedside table were the books that Ren Xiao Yao had brought with her. When Qin Feng saw Hedonist Sovereign, he immediately felt that Ren Xiao Yao had good taste. The makeup table was also filled with Ren Little Demon skincare products. The room was filled with a faint fragrance. It was Ren Little Demon's unique scent. After Ren Little Demon entered the room, she squatted on the floor and took off her high heels. She ran to the sofa and lay down barefooted. Little servant girl, you really don't know the rules. Hurry up and take off my shoes. Qin Feng's cold voice sounded. Ren Little Demon immediately jumped up from the sofa. Ren Little Demon thought Qin Feng was joking. She thought Qin Feng was joking. However, when she saw Qin Feng's serious and cold expression, Ren Little Demon suddenly had an ominous premonition. Big brother Xiao Feng, I'm so tired. Take it off yourself. Ren Little Demon stepped on the carpet and started to act like a spoiled child. Qin Feng slammed his palm on the shoe cabinet beside him and shouted, "Shut up. Do you still want to be a servant girl? If not, I'll leave now." For the sake of the system's quest, Qin Feng had no other choice. He had to act more serious and strong. Otherwise, how could he make Ren Little Demon his servant girl? That was completely impossible. Chapter 795. Servant girl was an ancient term. In modern times, it was the meaning of a maid. Ren Xiao Yao was startled by Qin Feng's words. She was so angry that she pouted. If she didn't want Xiao Feng to stay and claim the title of the first pharmaceutical clinic, Ren Xiao Yao would have drawn her waning moon sword and killed Qin Feng. After hesitating for a while, Ren Xiao Yao strode to Qin Feng's side. She slowly squatted down and pulled up her tight cheongsam, revealing a pair of fair and long legs. A faint fragrance wafted in the air. Ren Xiao Yao squatted beside Qin Feng's feet and started to untie his shoelaces. Qin Feng withdrew his feet and said coldly, "How is this a servant girl? She's more like a girlfriend. Do you know what a servant girl is? It's an obedient maid who welcomes her master home. Does a maid squat down?" Ren Xiao Yao was so angry that her teeth chattered. At first, she thought Qin Feng was joking, but later, she realized it was not a joke. Ren Xiao Yao now knew that Qin Feng was sick. His illness was called paranoia. "I'm done. I've never been bullied like this before. Go to hell." Ren Xiao Yao suddenly stood up and glared fiercely at Qin Feng. Then, she ran to the sofa. Qin Feng could tell that Ren Xiao Yao really hated the identity of a servant. However, for the sake of the system's mission, Qin Feng had no choice but to persevere. Xiao Yao, I'm leaving. I believe Uncle Gu can help you obtain the title of First Pharmaceutical Clinic and King of Elixirs. Ren Xiao Yao lay on the sofa and sulked. She pricked up her ears to listen for any movement at the door. When she heard the door open, she couldn't hold it anymore. She jumped up from the sofa and ran to Qin Feng's side. Master, don't go. Let Xiao Yao help you take off your shoes and change your clothes. Ren Xiao Yao changed her attitude faster than flipping a page. She was unyielding just a moment ago. Now, she was like an obedient maid who carefully helped Qin Feng take off his shoes. After taking off her shoes, she lifted her head and looked at Qin Feng with her big, watery eyes. Without Qin Feng's order, Ren Xiao Yao didn't dare to get up. When Ren Xiao Yao knelt on the floor, her face was at the same level as Qin Feng's, but Qin Feng almost unbuckled his belt when he saw the little girl lifting her head. You did well. Get up, Qin Feng said. Ren Xiao Yao suppressed her anger and stood up. Then, she started undressing Qin Feng. After removing Qin Feng's jacket, Ren Xiao Yao blushed and took off his pants. Master, I'll prepare some warm water for you. Take a good bath. Xiao Yao quickly brought out a tub of warm water. Xiao Yao, Qin Xiao Qin Feng, Qin Qin Xiao Qin was a Master Xiao Yao's water. Ren Xiao Yao's Qin of Fu. Xiao Yao is of Feng Qin. Of Yao, of Xiao Yao of Long Yao, Feng was Ser. Yao Xiao Yao. Ren Xiao Yao's Yao. Feng Xiao Yao, Long, Feng, little pig, why didn't you complete the quest? Qin Feng walked into the bathroom, took off his pants, and sat in the bathtub. Master, this quest requires Xiao Yao to willingly become your servant. Master has used inappropriate means to threaten Xiao Yao, so the system judged it invalid. Little Pig explained. Qin Feng knew that this 30,000 hedonist points quest wouldn't be easy. It would be difficult to make Xiao Yao willingly become his servant. After soaking in the bathtub for a while, Qin Feng felt that he needed to train Xiao Yao more. He needed to help her develop the awareness to become his servant. Xiao Yao, come in. Qin Feng opened the bathroom door and called out to Ren Xiao Yao. Ren Xiao Yao was curled up on the sofa, enjoying the air conditioner, eating fruits, and watching TV. She could finally enjoy herself for a while. When she heard Qin Feng call her, Ren Xiao Yao's face immediately fell. Master, I'm coming. Ren Xiao Yao was extremely unwilling, but she ran to the bathroom passionately. She was so scared that she almost fell. Master, why didn't you close the door when you were bathing? I'll close the door for you. Master, don't catch a cold. Ren Xiao Yao became nervous when she saw Qin Feng's naked body. This bastard wouldn't be coveting my beauty, would he? Ren Xiao Yao swore in her heart that if Qiao Feng forced her to bathe together, she would immediately take out her waning moon sword and cut off his head. Don't close the door. Come in and give me a bath. Qin Feng's voice was cold. Ren Xiao Yao rolled her eyes. She thought that if Qin Feng coveted her beauty, she would completely fall out with him. However, Qin Feng's request to give her a bath wasn't too much, but it was unacceptable. Ren Xiao Yao was put in a difficult position. What are you standing there for? Master's words don't work? Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Ren Xiao Yao. In her current state, it was still far from being able to train her to the point where she would willingly serve him as a servant. Then I'll rub Master's back. Master can't reach my back. Ren Xiao Yao struggled internally, but she still walked into the bathroom. In the bathroom, Qin Feng sat comfortably in the bathtub with his back facing Ren Xiao Yao. Ren Xiao Yao put on a towel and started to rub Qin Feng's back with a huff. Ayo, girl, are you an ox? You're so strong. You're scrubbing this lord's skin. As soon as Ren Xiao Yao started, Qin Feng cried out in pain. He was sure that this girl was taking revenge on him. Ren Xiao Yao hid behind Qin Feng and secretly felt pleased. Did I hurt Master? I'm sorry, it's my first time scrubbing someone's back. How about Master just bear with it? Or maybe you should rub it yourself? Ren Xiao Yao was weird. If it was anyone else, they would have been killed by her. Forget it. Continue to rub. Don't use too much strength. If you really scrape this lord, then this lord won't be able to participate in tomorrow's pill ranking competition, Qin Feng said cheerfully. Ren Xiao Yao's expression suddenly darkened. She was so angry that her nose became crooked. She had no choice but to use less strength and start to rub Qin Feng's back with normal strength. After some training, Qin Feng realized that Ren Xiao Yao's back scrubbing technique was pretty good. Her strength was neither light nor heavy, and her lily-white hands felt very comfortable on his back. It was no worse than a professional masseur. Qin Feng adjusted his posture and lay comfortably in the bathtub like a lord. His entire back was exposed to Ren Xiao Yao, and Ren Xiao Yao blushed. After scrubbing his back, Qin Feng asked Ren Xiao Yao to rub his legs. Ren Xiao Yao had already endured to this point, so she could only grit her teeth and continue. After scrubbing his entire back, Qin Feng didn't make things difficult for Ren Xiao Yao. The main thing was that Qin Feng was afraid that if he suggested scrubbing his front, he would be killed by Ren Xiao Yao's sword. When did Ren Xiao Yao become someone else's servant? In St. Medic Hall, she did have a personal servant who served her. After such a torment, Ren Xiao Yao was so tired that she was panting. She quickly ran back to the sofa and lay down. After a while, Qin Feng finished his bath and walked out. Xiao Yao, go and take a bath too. Ren Xiao Yao quickly jumped down from the sofa and held the clothes that she had just washed and dried for Qin Feng. Master, quickly put on your clothes. Don't catch a cold. Qin Feng was very satisfied with Ren Xiao Yao's actions. Qin Feng was wearing a pair of underpants. He stretched out his arms and said to Ren Xiao Yao, "Put on your clothes." Ren Xiao Yao was so angry that she gritted her teeth. Soon, she recovered her sweet smile and began to help Qin Feng put on his clothes. Master, I'm done putting on my clothes. Is there anything else you want me to do? Ren Xiao Yao placed her hands on her waist and slightly bent her long legs. She already looked very much like a servant. Qin Feng was very satisfied with the results of his training. When he saw Ren Xiao Yao was so tired that she was drenched in sweat, Qin Feng didn't have the heart to torture her anymore. Go and take a bath. I'll lie on the sofa for a while. Ren Xiao Yao let out a long sigh of relief. She was finally done. Her red qipao was what a few times when she was refining the pills. Now, it was very uncomfortable for her to stick to her body. However, since Qin Feng was here, Ren Xiao Yao couldn't take off the qipao. Ren Xiao Yao had already walked into the bathroom. Qin Feng curled up on the sofa where Ren Xiao Yao was lying on because the fragrance was the strongest. After a while, Qin Feng heard the sound of water coming from the bathroom. Refining pills was very exhausting. Qin Feng refined 15 cauldrons of inner elemental pills in the morning. He lay on the sofa and slowly fell asleep. Ren Xiao Yao came out of the bathroom with a white bath towel wrapped around her body. She was a little shy and wanted to lie on the bed. However, when she came out, she found that Qin Feng had fallen asleep. Ren Xiao Yao tiptoed to Qin Feng's side. After making sure that he was really asleep, Ren Xiao Yao punched and kicked the air in front of Qin Feng while muttering some curses. After venting for a while, the anger in Ren Xiao Yao's heart finally dissipated. She panted and sat beside Qin Feng. Unknowingly, she also fell asleep. You bastard pervert, this young miss will fight it out with you. Qin Feng didn't know how long he slept for. He was woken up by Ren Xiao Yao's dolphin-like screams. When he opened his sleepy eyes, Qin Feng was stunned by the scene in front of him. Ren Xiao Yao was running around the house naked. Suddenly, she raised a long sword and stabbed at him. Xiao Yao, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? Qin Feng raised his hand and deftly dissolved the sharp sword qi. Qin Feng slapped the waning moon sword away from Ren Xiao Yao's hand. He pulled her onto the sofa and pressed down on her shoulders to prevent her from moving. Ren Little Demon was naked. Qin Feng had seen everything that he shouldn't have seen. You let go. You bastard. This young miss endured humiliation and became your servant. I didn't think that you would attack me while I was asleep. You're too shameless. Ren Xiao Yao struggled with all her might. However, she couldn't break free from Qin Feng's large hands. Instead, she was swung around in front of her chest. Qin Feng was stunned. How did I attack you? I just woke up, okay? Qin Feng was confused. He didn't know what happened. Rin Xiao Yao finally calmed down. She also just woke up. When she woke up, she found that her towel fell off and she ran into Qin Feng's arms. Rin Xiao Yao was shocked. Then the scene just now happened. After calming down, Rin Xiao Yao suddenly remembered that Qin Feng was asleep after she showered. Then, she sat next to Qin Feng and played with her phone. She probably fell asleep while playing. When she thought about how she had caused all of this, she thought that the towel was most likely kicked off when she was restless and that she was in Qin Feng's arms. She probably rolled over when she was restless. Rin Xiao Yao's face and ears instantly turned red. You're still looking? Hurry and close your eyes. Rin Xiao Yao didn't have any confidence. She immediately grabbed the towel on the sofa and covered herself. Qin Feng finally understood. When he thought about the ambiguous scene, he couldn't help but want to laugh. Okay, I won't peek. You're really something. You rolled into someone else's arms while you were sleeping. I've never seen someone so lacking in love. Qin Feng laughed and teased. Rin Xiao Yao was so angry that she pouted. However, she couldn't retort for a long time. Chapter 796. Rin Xiao Yao quickly put on her clothes and changed into a set of white sportswear. Even in sportswear, Rin Xiao Yao was still tall and sexy. She exuded a youthful aura. Qin Feng couldn't help but stare at her. Xiao Feng, your performance in the pill refining speed competition is perfect. St. Medic should hold a small gathering tonight. Let's go and have a meal together. Rin Xiao Yao saw Qin Feng's burning gaze, but she didn't say anything. She pretended not to see it. All right, I'll go and wake Yin up first. I'll go and find you guys later. Qin Feng thought of Hua Yin the moment he woke up. He promised Hua Yin that he would go and find her after he finished concocting the pills. But Qin Feng slept until the sky turned dark. Humph. Rin Xiao Yao was enraged when she heard Hua Yin's name. She snorted and walked away. Qin Feng shook his head with a smile. He put on his clothes and left Rin Xiao Yao's room. It was mealtime. So many people who stayed in the guest rooms on the 4th floor went out for dinner. When they saw Qin Feng walking out of Rin Xiao Yao's room with a radiant smile on his face, they looked at him enviously. Qin Feng ignored their gazes and went straight to Hua Yan's room. The contestants were enraged when they saw Qin Feng pressing Hua Yan's doorbell as soon as he came out of Rin Xiao Yao's room. Ding dong! Ding dong! Qin Feng pressed the doorbell more than 10 times, but no one came to open the door. At this time, everyone went downstairs to eat. The 4th floor suddenly became cold. Qin Feng took out his phone and was about to call Hua Yin when he suddenly saw Hua Yin's beautiful figure flashing past at the end of the corridor. The 4th floor was arranged in a U-shape. Both sides of the U-shape were staircases, and the center was filled with guest rooms. Hua Yin ran from one end of the corridor to the other. Qin Feng sensed something was wrong with Hua Yin. When he saw Hua Yin sneaking to the other end of the corridor, he felt uneasy and quickly followed her. He tiptoed to the other side of the corridor and saw Hua Yin, who was dressed in black, lying on the ceiling of the corridor like a spider. Hua Yin wore a black mask, and her beautiful eyes that were exposed were filled with coldness. She held a dagger in one of her hands. Qin Feng was getting more and more perplexed. What was Hua Yin trying to do? He immediately bought a talisman of clairvoyance from the system and peered into room 417 when he noticed that Hua Yin's gaze was fixated on the door. Chanting the spell silently, the talisman of clairvoyance began to take effect. The wall in front of Qin Feng turned into an illusory frame. Qin Feng could clearly see the situation in room 417. It was Bai Yao's room. Bai Yao had put on his clothes and was about to go out for dinner. When he saw Bai Yao's hand was already on the doorknob, he hastily leaped out of the room. Crack! The door to room 417 suddenly opened, and Bai Yao walked out in a well-ironed white suit, adjusting his cuffs. Bai Yao's body was tall and strong, and his body exuded a faint aura of dominance. He walked out with his head held high like a prince on a white horse. Qin Feng was lying on the ceiling with one hand holding the edge of the wall and the other covering Hua Yan's mouth. Both of them were less than a meter away from Bai Yao's head. It was a strange scene. Bai Yao did not notice Qin Feng and Hua Yan's presence. Normally, people would walk with their heads down. Few would raise their heads to look at the ceiling. Besides, Qin Feng had purposely concealed his aura. Hua Yan snapped out of her daze. She stared at Qin Feng with a myriad of emotions in her eyes. She had no idea why Qin Feng had suddenly appeared here. Her original plan had obviously failed, and she could only watch helplessly as Bai Yao left. Qin Feng removed his hand after Bai Yao left. Hua Yan let out a long sigh. "Let's go back." Qin Feng leaped and landed on the ground with Hua Yan. As soon as they landed, he dragged Hua Yan back to the room. "Yin Yin, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to assassinate Bai Yao?" Qin Feng pulled Hua Yan to the sofa and got straight to the point. Indeed, Hua Yan was not here to participate in the pill conference. She was here to kill Bai Yao and the people from the herbal sect. However, this was Hua Yan's private matter. Moreover, the herbal sect was too powerful, so Hua Yan did not confess to Qin Feng. She did not want to bring trouble to him. However, since Qin Feng had caught her red-handed, Hua Yan knew that she could no longer hide it. "Tell me, how much longer do you want to hide it from me?" Qin Feng shouted anxiously when he saw Hua Yan keeping her head down. 2 drops of tears rolled down Hua Yan's cheeks. She started to cry, and the more she cried, the sadder she became. Her shoulders trembled, and her tears fell like rain. Qin Feng's heart ached for her. "Yin Yin, don't cry. I was too fierce just now. I was just worried about you." Qin Feng quickly put away his serious expression and hugged Hua Yan in his arms to comfort her. Hua Yan was not angry at Qin Feng. She just felt so wrong that she wanted to cry when she thought about her past. "Qin Feng, I am fine. Don't worry about me." Hua Yan hugged Qin Feng's waist tightly. Her voice was choked with sobs. Qin Feng did not know what had happened to Hua Yan. Seeing her pitiful appearance, Qin Feng hugged Hua Yan tightly and did not ask her for the reason. Hua Yan cried in Qin Feng's arms for a while. Her body gradually calmed down. Qin Feng wiped the tears from Hua Yan's eyes and straightened her hair. "Qin Feng, is my face messed up from crying again? Don't look." Hua Yan cried for a while and vented all the grievances in her heart. She felt much better now and even joked with Qin Feng. Hua Yan had put on heavy makeup today. Her face looked like a tabby cat, and her eyes were like panda eyes. "It's okay. Yin Yin is not ugly at all. You look even better when you cry." Qin Feng caressed Hua Yan's back and comforted her. Hua Yan felt a surge of warmth in her heart. She felt that being with Qin Feng was the happiest thing in her life. After a while, Hua Yan had completely calmed down. She got up and went to the washroom to wash her face. Then, she came back with a pure and lovely look. In Qin Feng's mind, Hua Yan was a very independent and strong girl. However, she had been crying for the past 2 days. Qin Feng knew that something big must have happened to her. "Yin Yin, why do you put on such heavy makeup these days? Now, I look even more beautiful without makeup." Qin Feng pulled Hua Yan into his arms. He did not directly ask what happened to Hua Yan. Instead, he began to beat around the bush. Hua Yan was clever and quick-witted. She naturally understood Qin Feng's intention. After tonight's incident, Hua Yan did not hide it anymore. She sighed and said, "Qin Feng, I haven't told you about our family. Our Hua family used to be a famous family of alchemists in the outer martial arts world. Regardless of gender, our family has been practicing martial arts and alchemy for generations. The reason why I'm an alchemist is that my family has nurtured me since I was young." Hua Yan told her story. It was a very long story, but Qin Feng listened attentively. "When I was young, my parents were still alive. My brothers and sisters were very close. I lived a very happy life. However, 10 years ago, when I was 10 years old, a disaster almost wiped out the entire Hua family." As Hua Yan spoke, it was as if she had returned to the day 10 years ago when the disaster happened to the alchemy sect. Hua Yan's beautiful eyes lost their original luster and became as cold as frost. Her body trembled slightly, as if she was very afraid. Qin Feng hastily hugged Hua Yan tighter and comforted her with a soft voice. Hua Yan slowly came to her senses. She looked at Qin Feng and continued, "That day, a traitor appeared in the alchemy sect. The leader of the traitor was a disciple of my grandfather. That disciple was very talented in alchemy. My grandfather was selfless and imparted his alchemy skills and years of experience to that disciple. However, after that disciple learned everything, he did not repay the kindness. Instead, he took advantage of my grandfather and the Hua family's trust in him and secretly poisoned everyone. After dinner that day, almost everyone in the Hua family was poisoned. They could not circulate the inner qi in their bodies. They became completely ordinary people. That disciple led a group of subordinates that he had brainwashed. They killed and imprisoned the Hua family. They even took over the alchemy sect that the Hua family had founded and renamed it the Herbal Sect. That's right, it's the Herbal Sect who has come to participate in the pill competition this time. Bai Yao is the son of the disciple who had betrayed the Hua family. I've come this time to avenge my parents and to avenge the deaths of my brothers and sisters in the Hua family. I want to kill Bai Yao and everyone in the Herbal Sect so that they know the pain of losing their loved ones. Hua Yan's expression suddenly turned ferocious and her eyes turned bloodshot. It was as if she had changed into another person. Hua Yan suddenly burst into tears. She must have thought of her parents who were killed and her brothers and sisters who were killed. Qin Feng did not expect that Hua Yan, who was usually lively and energetic, had suffered such a painful childhood. Hua Yan was only 10 years old when she lost her parents. How did she survive? Yin Yin, don't be afraid. Your hatred is my hatred, let alone the Herbal Sect. Even if it's the God of Heaven, I'll help you kill them all. Qin Feng's anger was so great that flames shot out of his eyes. He was even angrier than Hua Yan. Qin Feng finally understood why Hua Yan had been acting strangely these days. He also guessed why Hua Yan wore such heavy makeup. It was to prevent Bai Yao from recognizing her. Hua Yan could feel Qin Feng's anger because Qin Feng had increased the strength of his arms by a few times. Hua Yan almost couldn't breathe. Hua Yan's heart was touched beyond measure. She had not dared to tell Qin Feng about these things because she was afraid that Qin Feng would worry about her. Hua Yan knew Qin Feng very well. Knowing his fiery temper, if he were to find out about this, he would disregard the consequences and kill his way to the medicine sect to seek revenge. Hua Yan knew the Herbal Sect better than Qin Feng. Nowadays, the Herbal Sect was very powerful. Its power was definitely not inferior to the 3 sects and 5 sects. As members of the external martial arts world, they were even more mysterious. Hua Yan was afraid that Qin Feng would be at a disadvantage if he went there. Qin Feng, where are you going? Qin Feng suddenly stood up. Hua Yan quickly hugged his arm tightly. Yin Yin, wait for me here. In half an hour, I'll make the troops from the Herbal Sect disappear from this world. Qin Feng's expression was cold and determined. Hua Yan's fear had come true. She regretted telling Qin Feng the truth. No, I don't want you to go. The people from the Herbal Sect are very powerful. I've decided not to seek revenge. Qin Feng, please don't go. Hua Yan hugged Qin Feng tightly. She had lost her parents and many siblings when she was 10. She did not want to lose the most important man in her life. No, these bastards are too infuriating. I must kill them with my own hands. Qin Feng was more stubborn than anyone else when he was angry. Hua Yan could not stop him at all. Seeing that Qin Feng was about to reach the door, Hua Yan quickly jumped onto Qin Feng's body. She hugged Qin Feng's neck tightly and began to French kiss him. Qin Feng began to struggle. He knew why Hua Yan was doing this. However, Hua Yan was like a water snake that coiled around Qin Feng's body. He could not get rid of her no matter what. Hua Yan's soft and delicate hands had already started to caress Qin Feng's sensitive spots. Qin Feng's stomach was burning. He carried Hua Yan to the sofa and tore her pink cheongsam. Chapter 797. During the battle, Qin Feng had vented all of his anger on Hua Yan. The emotions that Hua Yan had been suppressing for a long time had finally been vented out. Qin Feng and Hua Yan felt as if a fire had been ignited in their bodies. The exhilarating sensation made both of them scream. Both of them collapsed on the sofa. Hua Yan lay in Qin Feng's arms like an obedient kitten. Qin Feng, have you forgotten what I said just now? I don't want you to avenge me. I just want you to stay by my side. Hua Yin realized that she was completely dependent on Qin Feng. He always appeared when she needed him the most. After the battle, Qin Feng had calmed down. He would definitely avenge himself. However, he was not so impulsive to attack the herbal sect right now. Just as Hua Yin had said, the herbal sect was the #1 alchemy sect in the outer martial world. There were many experts in the sect. Moreover, many forces and representatives from all over the world had come to the alchemy conference. If Qin Feng really killed Bai Yao and the others here, he would not be able to escape from the dragon sect. Don't worry, Yin Yin. I promise you that after the pill conference ends the day after tomorrow, I'll find a chance to eliminate Bai Yao and his group. Once I reach stage 9 inner chi, I'll kill my way to the herbal sect's base, destroy the herbal sect, and give you a pill sect. Qin Feng's expression was firm. Obviously, he was not bluffing. Qin Feng was now a stage 8 inner chi stage martial artist, so he was confident that he could hold his own against a weaker stage 9 inner chi stage martial artist. He believed that after he broke through to stage 9 inner chi stage, he would be invincible among all the stage 9 inner chi stage martial artists in China. Qin Feng. Hua Yin was still worried about Qin Feng. She wanted to persuade him, but Qin Feng put his index finger on Hua Yan's lips to stop her from speaking. "I've made up my mind. Don't try to persuade me." Qin Feng exuded a domineering aura. Hua Yin was mesmerized by his determined expression. Suddenly, Hua Yin opened her mouth and sucked on Qin Feng's index finger. Her action was so seductive that Qin Feng almost couldn't resist it. "You little vixen, put on your clothes and come down to eat with me." Qin Feng quickly withdrew his finger and poked Hua Yan's chest. Hua Yan blushed and started to put on her clothes obediently. The two of them walked out of the room and were about to head to the dining area on the second floor when Qin Feng suddenly pulled Hua Yan to a halt. "Qin Feng, what's wrong?" Hua Yan looked at Qin Feng worriedly. Qin Feng made a shushing gesture at Hua Yan. Then his gaze fell on the corner of the corridor. He saw Uncle Gu sneaking around the corridor on the opposite side of the corridor. Qin Feng had bought the talisman of clairvoyance earlier, so the ability to see through things was still there. Qin Feng could clearly see the situation on the other side of the aisle. Uncle Gu looked around for a while to make sure no one was following him. Then, he suddenly walked into room 420. "Qin Feng, what's wrong?" "I'm a little nervous," Hua Yin said as she stared at Qin Feng's serious face. He stood in the corridor like an idiot, and it scared Hua Yin. Hugging Hua Yin in his arms, Qin Feng blew hot air into her ear. "I'm fine. Let's stand here for a while. I want to look at something." Qin Feng said he was looking at something, but what was Hua Yin looking at? Nevertheless, Hua Yin didn't ask any more questions and obediently lay in Qin Feng's arms. To his surprise, Uncle Yao, the main pharmacist of Yang Enterprise, lived in room 420. As for Yang Wei, Qin Feng hadn't seen him since he was beaten up by Li Xiaojie. It was very suspicious that Uncle Gu sneaked into Uncle Yao's room during mealtime. Using the talisman of clairvoyance, Qin Feng saw the two of them sitting on the sofa and chatting happily as if they had known each other for a long time. However, Qin Feng couldn't hear what they were talking about due to the 4 layers of concrete wall between them. After watching for a while, Qin Feng hugged Hua Yin and went downstairs. Since Uncle Gu's behavior was very suspicious, Qin Feng began to be wary of him. It was mealtime, so the dining area on the second floor was full of people. Hua Yin and the people from St. Medic were celebrating around a big round table. However, the two main pharmacists, Qiao Feng and Uncle Gu, were not present, so the atmosphere at the table was very gloomy. Everyone buried their heads in their food and didn't feel like celebrating at all. "Qiao Feng, over here." Ren Xiaoyao was also unhappy. She put down her bowl and chopsticks and didn't have the mood to eat. She kept looking left and right at Qin Feng. When she saw Qin Feng, she waved at him excitedly. "I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting for so long." Qin Feng promised Ren Xiaoyao that he would attend the celebration, but he was delayed because of Hua Yan's matter. Qin Feng pulled Hua Yin to sit down and greeted everyone. Qin Feng was the most eye-catching person in this medicinal pill conference. Which participating team didn't know Qiao Feng? When they saw Qiao Feng with 2 beauties in his arms, sighs and sighs resounded in the surroundings. Xiao Feng, why are you so late? I thought you weren't coming. As soon as Qin Feng sat down, Ren Xiao Yao hugged his arm. She couldn't help but reveal her joy. Oh, I went back to look for Yin Yin. She was taking a bath, so I was delayed. Qin Feng found a random excuse. Hua Yin was unhappy when she saw Ren Xiao Yao hugging Qin Feng's arm. She glared at Ren Xiao Yao and yelled, "Hey, can't you have some self-respect? Xiao Feng is my man. Why are you hugging him?" Ren Xiao Yao was in a good mood, so she was angered by Hua Yan's words. Not only did she not let go of Qin Feng's arm, she even tightened her grip on Qin Feng's arm. I like hugging Xiao Feng. Do you have a problem with that? It's useless even if you have a problem with it. Just hold it in. Ren Xiao Yao had lost to Hua Yan in the morning, so she didn't want to lose again tonight. Darling, why didn't you tell me the truth just now? We were having sex in the room, and that's why we missed the dinner. Hua Yan hugged Qin Feng's arm tighter and purposely said those words to anger Ren Xiao Yao. As expected, Ren Xiao Yao was startled. She let go of Qin Feng's arm abruptly and glared at Qin Feng with disgust. Why is this man so lecherous? The disciples of St. Medic Hall pretended that they didn't see or hear anything when they saw the eldest miss arguing with another beautiful woman. They buried their heads in their food, which scared them so much that they broke out in a cold sweat. Once again, Ren Xiao Yao was humiliated. Her face darkened with anger. Like a victorious rooster, Hua Yin covered her mouth and giggled. "Ha ha, don't quarrel with me if you're weak. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble." "You? What are you talking about?" Ren Xiao Yao's temper flared up. She glared at Hua Yin as if she was going to start a fight. Fortunately, Qin Feng was sitting between the two women. Otherwise, they would have started a fight already. "Of course I'm talking about you. Don't pester my Xiao Feng anymore. He's my man. Do you want to be my mistress?" Hua Yin didn't back down. She was a hot-tempered woman. The bickering wasn't quiet, and the competitors eating around them all heard it clearly. When they saw the two great beauties bickering over Xiao Feng, everyone was jealous to death. The disciples of St. Medic Hall prayed in their hearts when they saw Hua Yan's domineering and unyielding attitude. Please don't start a fight. Otherwise, they would be in big trouble. The disciples of St. Medic Hall prayed in their hearts when they saw Hua Yan's domineering and unyielding attitude. Please don't start a fight. Otherwise, they would be in big trouble. Ren Xiao Yao was choked by Hua Yan's words again. She was so angry that her face turned red. In a fit of anger, Ren Xiao Yao threw caution to the wind. She yelled, "TSK, we don't know who the mistress is. Xiao Feng has been making love to me in my room after he finished refining pills. He went to you after he was done with me. You're behind me in the queue." The atmosphere on the second floor froze as soon as Ren Xiao Yao finished her words. Did the eldest miss of St. Medic Hall really have a relationship with an alchemist? This kind of thing only happens in novels, right? The disciples of St. Medic Hall at the same table were so shocked that their eyeballs almost fell into their bowls. Even Hua Yin was stunned by Ren Xiao Yao's shocking news. Hua Yin looked at Qin Feng in astonishment. No wonder Qin Feng only came back at night. He was fooling around with that woman during the day. Qin Feng was gloomy. He didn't expect Ren Xiao Yao to say something like this. Since when did Qin Feng fool around with her? Qin Feng wanted to, but Ren Xiao Yao wouldn't agree to it. "Yin Yin, Xiao Yao is just fooling around with you. We're just friends." Qin Feng hugged Hua Yin and explained, afraid that Hua Yin would misunderstand. Hua Yin rolled her eyes at Qin Feng. She didn't believe Qin Feng's nonsense. Hua Yin didn't care how many women Qin Feng had around him. She just wanted him to be pleasing to her eyes. Hua Yin didn't like Ren Xiao Yao, but Chang Xin was pleasing to her eyes. That was why she took the initiative to help Qin Feng pursue Chang Xin. "I'm not fooling around. I'm telling the truth." Ren Xiao Yao was elated to see Hua Yin being humiliated. She didn't care about anything else. She hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly and glared at Hua Yin. Hua Yin was unhappy. She glared at Qin Feng angrily and turned to leave. "I'm not eating anymore." Qin Feng pulled Hua Yin back and said, "You haven't eaten anything yet. Why aren't you eating? Sit down." Qin Feng pushed Hua Yin to sit down beside him. Rin Xiao Yao continued. Big brother Qiao Feng, just let her go if she wants to. Why are we eating at the same table as her? We'll only be able to relax after she leaves. Hua Yin fell from the upper hand to the lower hand. She was so angry that she wanted to get up and leave. Qin Feng was tortured to death by these two women. He hadn't had a good meal until now. Xiao Yao, don't talk anymore. Qin Feng's expression turned cold as he looked at Ren Xiao Yao sternly. Ren Xiao Yao looked wronged and complained. Why can't I talk? I'm going to say, have you forgotten the relationship between us? You're my maidservant. You can only listen to my orders. Qin Feng had no choice but to use his trump card. Ren Xiao Yao didn't dare to speak anymore. The people around them heard Qin Feng's words and looked at them with astonishment. Ren Xiao Yao was the daughter of Saint Medical. How could she become Qiao Feng's maidservant? That's right. Youngsters nowadays really knew how to play. They liked uniforms and cosplay. This maidservant was probably cosplaying. Rin Xiao Yao felt like her lungs were going to explode as the discussions continued. The disciples of St. Medic Hall couldn't stay any longer. This meal had completely overturned their decades of thinking. Eldest miss, I'm done. I'm going back to my room to rest. I'm also done. Master Qiao, Miss Ren, please enjoy your meal. Soon, only Qin Feng and the two beauties were left at the table. Rin Xiao Yao heaved a sigh of relief when she saw all the disciples of St. Medic Hall had left. She was afraid that these disciples would find out that she was Qiao Feng's maidservant. How embarrassing would that be? Chapter 798. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and pour some wine for me. After the people from the St. Medicine Hall left, Qin Feng became even more domineering and continued to teach Rin Xiao Yao a lesson. Hua Yin was dumbfounded. She had always thought that Rin Xiao Yao was Qin Feng's lover, but now it seemed that she was wrong. You. In the morning, there were no outsiders in Rin Xiao Yao's room. So Rin Xiao Yao endured the humiliation of being Qin Feng's servant girl. However, now that they were outside and surrounded by people from other teams, Rin Xiao Yao was so angry that she almost crushed her teeth. What about you? Why are you suddenly stuttering? I asked you to pour the wine, so hurry up and pour the wine. Qin Feng glared at Rin Xiao Yao. For the time being, he didn't care about being gentle with the fairer sex. Seeing this scene, Hua Yin was exhilarated. Rin Xiao Yao was so angry that her nose became crooked. Humph! Stinky Qiao Feng, go to hell. This young miss will not pour wine for you. Do you really treat me like a servant girl? You wish. Rin Xiao Yao crossed her arms in front of her chest. She was already unhappy. Yin, since you're not going to participate in the alchemy conference, there's no point for me to stay here. Why don't we go back to the capital tomorrow? Qin Feng said to Hua Yin, ignoring the angry Rin Xiao Yao. Okay. It's so boring here. Let's go back to the provincial capital first thing in the morning. Hua Yin seemed to have noticed something fishy, so she cooperated with Qin Feng to trick Rin Xiao Yao. Hua Yin also didn't know that Little Demon Run was the avatar mask Yao Yao, who had been cheated of her medicinal pills at Ghost Mountain. Otherwise, she would have started to sympathize with this woman. Qin Feng and Hua Yin echoed each other, and their acting was so real that Rin Xiao Yao became anxious. Big brother Qiao Feng, don't go. Do you want a drink? Tonight, I ordered Mao Dai, which suits your status very well. Rin Xiao Yao suddenly changed into a different person and poured wine for Qin Feng. Hua Yin was dumbfounded. She didn't understand why this woman suddenly gave in, but Hua Yin didn't care. She cleared her throat and said, Ahem, give me a glass of orange juice. Hey, woman, don't push your luck. I will only serve big brother Qiao Feng alone. You have no chance. Looking at Hua Yin arrogantly handing over an empty glass, Rin Xiao Yao was furious. Hua Yin held Qin Feng's arm and acted coquettishly. Darling, I want to drink orange juice. Qin Feng felt helpless, but he still glared at Rin Xiao Yao and said, What kind of servant are you? This beauty will be your mistress from now on. Her words are my words. Hurry up and get the orange juice. Rin Xiao Yao felt so wrong that her tears were about to fall. How could they trick people like this? They even teamed up to trick people. Although Rin Xiao Yao was extremely unwilling, She endured it for the future development of the Saint Medic Hall. She planned to deal with Xiao Feng and Hua Yin after the alchemy conference was over. Sorry, I don't know. Come on. Mistress's orange juice. After giving in at the start, what happened next became Ren Xiaoyao's nightmare. Qin Feng only told Ren Xiaoyao to take food for him as a way of disciplining her. But Hua Yin was addicted to it. She asked Ren Xiaoyao to take food for him, and then asked her to peel the lobster shell for him. She even asked Ren Xiaoyao to massage her shoulders and fan her. Ahem, Yin, we're almost done eating. Do you want to go back and sleep? Qin Feng couldn't stand it anymore and began to persuade Hua Yin. Ren Xiaoyao was fanning Qin Feng and Hua Yin with a folding fan in her hand. She looked at Qin Feng and Hua Yin eating all kinds of delicacies. They looked like servants in the palace, and many people were blinded by her gaze. All right, we'll stop here today. Xiaoyao, send His Majesty and Imperial concubine back to the palace. Hua Yin hugged Qin Feng's arm and laughed so hard that she couldn't stand straight. Ren Xiaoyao pouted and angrily glared at Hua Yin's back. She scolded Hua Yin a few hundred times. After sending the two of them to the door, Ren Xiaoyao let out a long sigh. Her life as a servant girl was finally coming to an end. Big brother Xiao Feng. When Qin Feng and Hua Yin opened the door, Ren Xiaoyao looked at Qin Feng with pitiful eyes. What's wrong, Xiaoyao? You don't forget to perform well tomorrow. Ren Xiaoyao was most concerned about the elixir conference. She endured humiliation and became a servant so that Xiao Feng could help her win the championship. Qin Feng saw that Ren Xiaoyao performed well today, so he nodded and said, Don't worry, I'll do my best. Oh, why didn't I see Uncle Gu at dinner tonight? Qin Feng suddenly remembered that Uncle Gu went to Uncle Yao's room. Ren Xiaoyao said, Uncle Gu told me that he was too tired from refining elixirs during the day and wanted to sleep early. That's why he didn't come to dinner with us. Is it really because he's too tired from refining elixirs? Qin Feng muttered. What's wrong, Xiao Feng? Ren Xiaoyao saw that something was wrong and asked Qin Feng nervously. Qin Feng thought for a while and decided not to mention that Uncle Gu went to Uncle Yao's room. After all, both of them were excellent elixir masters. It was reasonable for them to have a chat when they were free. It's fine. Go back and rest early. Don't worry about the elixir conference. Qin Feng comforted Ren Xiaoyao and returned to the room with Hua Yin in his arms. Qin Feng, do you want to take a bath together? Hua Yin did not have any scruples after returning to her room. She began to undress in front of Qin Feng. I'm not going to take a bath. You go ahead. Qin Feng was done bathing at Ren Xiaoyao's place during the day. Now he was too lazy to move. Hua Yin simply took a hot bath and came out. She didn't even bother to put on a towel. She jumped onto the bed and started drying her hair. Don't look around. I've been tormented by you for a day and a night. Isn't it enough? Hua Yin felt uncomfortable under Qin Feng's scorching gaze. She admired Qin Feng's stamina. Qin Feng remembered that he still had to participate in the elixir conference tomorrow, so he didn't act recklessly. He hugged Hua Yin and fell asleep. On this day, Qin Feng participated in the elixir conference in Heping Town and won the championship. At the same time, under the leadership of Qiao Shi and Lu Jie, the students of Provincial Capital University Medical College won the championship at the International University Medical Conference in the provincial capital. These students were the students that Qin Feng was proud of. Qin Feng introduced them to the miraculous door of Chinese medicine. Although Qin Feng rarely went to school to teach, the seeds of love for Chinese medicine had been planted in everyone's hearts. They studied diligently and persevered. Slowly, they represented Qin Feng and carried forward Chinese medicine. This was a spiritual change. Not every teacher could teach them. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Feng for completing the long-term mission to promote Chinese medicine and make Chinese medicine famous. The system has rewarded host Qin Feng with a ticket to the Palace of Heroes. Qin Feng woke up early the next morning. The system notification rang in his mind. Qin Feng was stunned for a while before he regained his senses. The long-term mission to promote Chinese medicine was really awesome. It gave Qin Feng surprises every now and then the 5 poison needles, the Book of 100 Herbs, the storm poison needles, and the Emerald Spirit Ring were the rewards of this mission. Now, he was suddenly rewarded with a ticket to the Palace of Heroes. Qin Feng opened the system interface of the Palace of Heroes with a thought. The Palace of Heroes was vast and spacious. When he raised his head, he could see the boundless starry sky. The 10 million twinkling stars represented the existence of 10 million supreme experts. Drawled Qin Feng began the lottery draw. The starry sky began to move. Dark clouds covered the sky, and thunder rumbled. The stars twinkled brighter and brighter. They began to rotate, causing the heaven and earth to rotate. The speed of the stars increased, and Qin Feng was dazzled. Rumble! A loud explosion resounded as a star suddenly exploded. It transformed into a meteor and shot toward Qin Feng. A figure stood in front of Qin Feng. He wore a long gray robe and stood with his hands clasped behind his back. His white beard fluttered in the wind, and his ruddy complexion made him look like an otherworldly immortal. Hua Tuo, the divine doctor, pays his respects to Master. Qin Feng was dumbfounded when he saw the ruddy complexion of the old man in the system interface. This was Hua Tuo, the divine doctor during the last years of the Eastern Han Dynasty. Senior Hua Tuo, how powerful are you? Qin Feng already had 2 heroes, Shimin Shui Shui and Ouyang Feng. Each of them was more powerful than the other. Now that Hua Tuo had joined him, Qin Feng was extremely excited. Hua Tuo bowed at Qin Feng and said, Master, you can just call me Hua Tuo. I'm not worthy of being called a senior. I reached the great perfection of inner chi during the last years of the Eastern Han Dynasty. I wonder how much strength I have left in this era. Hua Tuo's strength was about the same as Shimin Shui Shui's. However, Qin Feng understood that Hua Tuo was able to reach the great perfection of inner chi because he consumed medicinal pills. Shimin Shui Shui, on the other hand, achieved his current realm through actual combat. If Hua Tuo fought with Shimin Shui Shui, even 2 Hua Tuos would not be a match for Shimin Shui Shui. Master, I'm not good at combat. I'm an 8th grade Celestial Pill Master. Hua Tuo added, 8th grade Celestial Pill Master? That's amazing. Qin Feng was shocked. The best alchemist he knew was only a 6th grade Celestial Pill Master. Now that he had an 8th grade Celestial Pill Master as a subordinate, Qin Feng was extremely excited. I was indeed an 8th grade Celestial Pill Master during the Eastern Han Dynasty. If I had another 5 years, I would have become a 9th grade Celestial Pill Master. Unfortunately, that idiot Xiao Qiao suspected me and was tortured to death. Hua Tuo was enraged when he recounted his tragic experience. Qin Feng was speechless. A 9th grade Celestial Pill Master? This was the first time Qin Feng had heard of such a thing. Lil Pig, did all the heroes in the system die? Qin Feng was suddenly concerned about this question. Of course they died. After all, their original bodies were too far away from the current era. Some died when they were pursuing the heavenly Tao, some were framed or killed like Hua Tuo, and some died naturally when their lifespans were up. Of course, there were also characters like Shimin Shui Shui and Ouyang Feng who were originally from wuxia novels. In fact, they did not even exist in this historical process. Therefore, the heroes in the Hall of Heroes are replicas created by the Hedonist sovereign system according to the status and attributes of the heroes at their peak. They are identical to the original in every aspect, but they are not the original. After listening to Little Pig's explanation, Qin Feng realized how amazing and powerful the Hedonist sovereign system was. Who was the one who built this system? How did they build it? Am I the only one who owns this system? If I could mass-produce this system and spread it all over the world, wouldn't it be a catastrophe for this world? Qin Feng suddenly thought about the system again. He was very curious about the system's origins, but if he wanted to solve the mystery of the system, he would have to become a rank 9 hedonist sovereign or spend 1 billion hedonist points to solve the mystery. No matter which method it was too far away from Qin Feng's current state. What's wrong? Qin Feng? While Qin Feng was lost in his thoughts, Hua Yan's voice rang in his ears. Qin Feng quickly returned to reality from the system. What's wrong, Yin Yin? Hua Yin was still naked. Qin Feng pulled her into his arms. I saw you sitting there in a daze as soon as I woke up. You gave me a fright. I haven't woken up yet, so I'm sleepwalking for a while. Qin Feng found a random excuse. Hua Yin didn't think much of it since Qin Feng had returned to normal. She lay in Qin Feng's arms, her heart beating faster. They had been intimate since early in the morning. Chapter 799. Since Hua Yin had woken up, Qin Feng did not ask Hua Tuo about the details. They hugged and kissed for a while before they got dressed and prepared to go downstairs for breakfast. Xiao Feng, over here! Ren Xiao Yao waved at Qin Feng and Hua Yin as soon as they arrived at the dining hall on the second floor. Xiao Yao, did you sleep well last night? Qin Feng greeted Ren Xiao Yao with his arm around Hua Yin's waist. Thank you for your concern, Master. I had a good sleep last night. Master, this is the breakfast I prepared for you. Eat it quickly. Ren Xiao Yao was very conscious today. She started to fawn on Qin Feng without Qin Feng's reminder. Qin Feng knew that the speed competition was about to begin, and Ren Xiao Yao was trying to please him because she wanted him to perform well. Okay, have you eaten? Do you want some? Qin Feng was embarrassed by Ren Xiao Yao's attentive service, so he gestured for Ren Xiao Yao to sit down. Ren Xiao Yao did not sit down. She shook her head and said obediently, Master, I've eaten. Hurry up and eat. I'll stand behind you and fan you. Ren Xiao Yao's change was so drastic that Qin Feng and Hua Yin were startled. Qin Feng wasted no time and started to eat his sumptuous breakfast. Hua Yin originally wanted to order Ren Xiao Yao around and trick her. However, after seeing Ren Xiao Yao's good performance this morning, Hua Yin's heart softened and she did not make things difficult for Ren Xiao Yao. After breakfast, Hua Yin went back to her room to rest. Ren Xiao Yao and Xiao Feng led the team from St. Medic Hall to the hall where yesterday's competition was held. Uncle Gu was a little abnormal today. He lowered his head and did not mock Qin Feng. Perhaps he felt that Qin Feng's amazing performance yesterday was a slap in the face, so he did not dare to provoke Qin Feng anymore. All 33 teams were gathered in the hall. 5 teams were eliminated in the competition yesterday, but they were still qualified to watch the competition. Zhang Yi and Xiao Jian were already seated at the judges' table. Zhang Yi glanced at Qin Feng from time to time. If he saw Qin Feng looking at him, he would squeeze out a flattering smile. Those who did not know him might think that Zhang Yi had a problem with his sexual orientation. Li Xiao Jie and Ghostface Mountain Man had not been seen since they appeared yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the second round of the Elixir Conference. The Elixir Conference. The rules of the competition are that each team will send out 2 alchemists to refine 2 furnaces of chi-strengthening pills. Then, according to the purity, fragrance, medicinal properties, quality, and other factors of the chi-strengthening pill, the final score will be calculated according to the quality of the pill. The score will be from 0 to 100. The total score will be multiplied by 2, and it will be calculated as the score for this competition. Xiao Jian explained the rules of the pill grading meeting in detail. After everyone agreed, Xiao Jian announced the start of the competition. The pill that was required for this competition was the Grade 4 Qi Establishment pill. This was also the pill that Xiao Jian and Zhang Ye had chosen after discussing it on the spot. A Grade 4 Spirit pill was considered to have entered a whole new tier of pills. Compared to pills below Grade 4, it was even more difficult to refine, and it required the alchemist's various qualities. In order to break through to Stage 6 Inner Qi, Qin Feng had purchased the formula for the Qi-fortifying pill from the system's alchemy pavilion. Qin Feng had refined the Qi-fortifying pill before, so he could be considered as a veteran. The match was already in full swing. The time limit for this pill grading meeting was 1 hour. Normally, 1 hour was required to refine a Grade 4 Spirit pill. In other words, the alchemists in the venue had to refine a furnace of the best quality Qi Establishment pill within 1 hour. If the alchemists failed or the Qi Establishment pill was not of the best quality, they would not have the chance to refine the pill again. Rumble! Rumble! The room was filled with the sound of a fire being lit. The temperature instantly increased by a few degrees. Xiao Jian and Zhang Ye wore a bitter expression. They knew that they would have to experience the stifling heat in the brick kiln again. The two main alchemists from each team were basically the ones who participated in the competition yesterday. The Saint Medic also sent out Xiao Feng and Uncle Gu to participate in the competition. Uncle Gu did not speak a word from the beginning to the end. He did not even look at Xiao Yao and Qin Feng. The fire under the furnace in front of him had not been lit yet. Uncle Gu was circulating his qi, and suddenly, he struck the bottom of the furnace with his palm. Rumble! A ball of intense flame flew out from Uncle Gu's palm and ignited the firewood under the furnace. The crowd gasped when they saw this scene. Fuck! No wonder Uncle Gu is the gold medal alchemist of the Saint Medic. He is a fire-attributed demonic cultivator. That demonic qi flame is really powerful. It's over. It's over for our immortal pill haul again. How can this natural fire seed compare to the demonic qi flame? In the world of alchemy, flames were divided into 5 levels. From low to high, they were natural fire seed, demonic qi flame, true qi raging fire, myriad beast true fire, and heavenly flame. Demonic qi flame was the flame released by a fire-attributed demonic cultivator. After Hua Yin ate the fire spirit pill, she could also release demonic qi flame. True qi raging fire, on the other hand, was the flame transformed by a martial artist at the true qi stage. It was much more powerful than demonic qi flame. Qin Feng's destructive flame was the myriad beast true fire. It was a fire-attributed demonic core formed in the body of a demonic beast after it absorbed the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. It was much more powerful than the true qi flame. As for the heavenly flame, it was the myriad beast true fire. It was a fire-attributed demonic core formed when a demonic beast absorbed the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. It was much more powerful than the true qi raging fire. Uncle Gu's devil qi flames instantly caused a commotion. Uncle Gu, who had suddenly become the center of attention, didn't show any change in his expression. Inwardly, he was overjoyed. He wanted to take this opportunity to show off in the pill and medicine conference, but Qin Feng stole all the limelight. Now, it was finally time for him to show off. Uncle Gu, who had been silent all this time, suddenly glared at Qin Feng. When he saw that the cauldron in front of Qin Feng had not ignited, a look of disdain immediately appeared in Uncle Gu's eyes. The competition had just begun, but sighs could be heard continuously in the room. Most of them were teams from small pharmacies and sections. This was because everyone realized that Uncle Gu of the Sacred Medicinal Hall was not the only one who possessed demonic qi flames. Uncle Yao of the Yang Merchant Group, the Poison Sect's Multiform Poison King, and Elder Yang, the Medicine Sect's Head Medicine Master, Uncle Hua. Even the white-haired Head Medicine Master of the unremarkable Baoji Hall possessed demonic qi flames. Natural fire seeds and demonic qi flames were not on the same level at all. Those teams that could only use natural fire seeds for alchemy were completely disappointed. They had lost at the starting line. All of the head medicine masters had already ignited their fires. Only the cauldron in front of Qin Feng was still quiet. Xiao Feng, why haven't you started yet? Rin Xiao Yao was anxious and started to remind Qin Feng. Qin Feng did not know that he could use his own flames in the second round of the competition. He was stunned for a moment, but he was soon overtaken by others. Oh, start now. Rumble. As soon as Qin Feng finished speaking, he swung his hand, and 2 balls of myriad beast true fire landed on the bottom of the cauldron. A thunderous boom rang out, giving everyone a fright. Fuck, what are you doing, brat? Uncle Gu, who was the closest to Qin Feng, was scared half to death by the destructive flames that came out of nowhere. He jumped up from his chair. All the head medicine masters in the room stopped what they were doing and looked at Qin Feng. When they saw the dark red flames burning fiercely under Qin Feng's cauldron, their jaws dropped to the ground. What kind of flames are those? What a strong flame. It's definitely more powerful than those demon qi flames. I can feel the heat of the flames, even from so far away. It's as if the flames have a mind of their own. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. This is the freaking myriad beast true fire. How can someone subdue the myriad beast true fire? Everyone present was an expert in the field of alchemy, and many of them were experienced and knowledgeable. Soon, someone recognized the flames released by Qin Feng. It was undoubtedly the myriad beast true fire. However, no one could figure out how Qin Feng subdued such an incomparably fierce and scorching flame. Why you really have the myriad beast true fire? Who are you, brat? Uncle Gu regained his senses, but the shock in his old eyes did not fade away for a long time. Just now, he looked down on Qin Feng because he released the demon chi flames. In the end, Qin Feng released the myriad beast true fire with one palm. This was another invisible giant hand that slapped Uncle Gu's old face. Who cares what kind of fire it is? Just focus on refining your chi strengthening pill. Don't drag me down, Qin Feng said indifferently without even looking at Uncle Gu. Uncle Gu was a well-known figure in the field of alchemy. How many alchemists dared to say that Uncle Gu was dragging them down in the field of alchemy? Now that Qin Feng said such words in front of everyone, Uncle Gu did not even have the confidence to refute. Rumble! The fire of destruction was indeed extraordinary. It was simply awesome to use in alchemy. The temperature around Qin Feng continued to rise, and it was so hot that Uncle Gu's old face turned red. As Qin Feng's personal maidservant, Ren Xiao Yao stayed by Qin Feng's side, wiping his sweat and concocting medicine. Although Ren Xiao Yao's Chong Sam was drenched in sweat and she was panting from the heat, Ren Xiao Yao endured it and did not utter a word of complaint. Sweat poured down Qin Feng's body like raindrops. He sat motionlessly on the chair with his legs crossed. The sacred azure battle armor on his body had activated its hyper-intuition function. Qin Feng's six senses were 10 times stronger than before, so he could refine pills with ease. Placing the medicinal ingredients into the cauldron, controlling the heat, rotating the cauldron, and adding the medicinal ingredients, since he was refining a grade 4 spiritual pill, the refining process was dozens of times more complicated than refining the grade 2 inner vitality pill yesterday. However, it was not a problem for Qin Feng. He was methodical, and his alchemy skills had reached the point of perfection. Soon, a rich fragrance of medicine wafted out from Qin Feng's cauldron. Those who knew alchemy would know that this was a sign that the pills were about to be formed. Rumble! Suddenly, a muffled sound came from the cauldron in front of Qin Feng. A cloud of mist rose into the air, and 15 brown medicinal pills rose from the cauldron. Each pill was the size of a ping-pong ball. Ren Xiao Yao was completely dumbfounded. Fuck! The alchemist from the St. Medic Hall has already refined the pills. Fuck! Are my eyes playing tricks on me? He refined 15 pills in one cauldron? What kind of level is that? He's definitely a grade 6 alchemist. What a perfect chi strengthening pill. I've been refining pills for so many years, but this is the first time I've seen such a big, shiny, and fragrant chi strengthening pill. As soon as Qin Feng finished refining the pills, the room burst into an uproar. Ren Xiao Yao was so dumbfounded that she was speechless. She forgot to take the wooden box to store the chi strengthening pills. Ren Xiao Yao had predicted that Qin Feng would amaze the world with a single brilliant feat, however. When it really happened, Ren Xiao Yao was still unprepared. Xiao Yao, don't just stand there like a fool. Hurry up and store the pills. Don't let the fragrance of the pills disperse. Qin Feng slapped Ren Xiao Yao's butt. Ren Xiao Yao's Chong Sam stuck to her body, and it felt as if he was slapping her skin. Slap! The slap was crisp and clear. Ren Xiao Yao immediately regained her senses. She was so embarrassed that she wanted to dig a hole and hide in it. Ren Xiao Yao quickly regained her composure and quickly stored the 15 chi strengthening pills. Looking at the flawless chi strengthening pills in the box, Ren Xiao Yao was so excited that her neck turned red. Chapter 800. It only took Qin Feng half an hour to refine a batch of chi strengthening pills. The chief apothecaries of the other teams hadn't even finished refining half of the pills. Since Qin Feng had nothing else to do, he sat on the chair and rested. Ren Xiao Yao danced with joy. After concocting the pill, Qin Feng felt that time was passing extremely slowly. This was because the temperature in the room was simply too high. The sweat on Qin Feng's body had just been wiped clean by Ren Xiaoyao, and in the next second, he was drenched in sweat again. Qin Feng was afraid that he would die from dehydration. Rumble. After an unknown amount of time, the sound of the pills being refined was heard again. The second person was Uncle Hua from the herbal sect. Rumble. Rumble. Not long after, the room was filled with the sound of the pills being refined. The poison sect, Young Enterprise, Uncle Gu, and the others had finished refining their pills. The other teams also refined their pills for a while, and basically, they also finished their pills one after another. Finally, an hour had passed. Xiao Jian and Zhang Yi were drenched in sweat. Their pants stained the chair again. Seeing that the time limit was up, Xiao Jian quickly stood up and announced the end of the competition. Zhang Yi immediately ran to open the window and the door. Instantly, a cool breeze blew, making everyone feel much better. Xiao Feng will definitely win the championship this time. As long as you continue to perform as usual in tomorrow's competition, the St. Medic Hall will win the championship again. Ren Xiaoyao was already dancing with joy before the results of this round were verified. She had seen Qin Feng refine the qi-strengthening pills, so she was confident that they could win this round again. After Uncle Gu finished refining the qi-strengthening pills, he found a square wooden box and put it away. Ren Xiaoyao didn't check on Uncle Gu's situation. After all, Uncle Gu was a grade 6 apothecary. Ren Xiaoyao believed that as long as he performed as usual, there would be no problem. Everyone's pills were already placed in their respective positions. Uncle Gu and Bai Yao walked to the judge's table and stood there. Xiao Jian and Zhang Yi did not have a deep understanding of pills, so this round was still up to Uncle Gu and Bai Yao to judge the quality of each team's pills. Both of them would make a judgment, which would then be reviewed by Xiao Jian and Zhang Yi. If the two of their judgments were not too different, then the final result would be combined. If the two of their judgments were too different, then it would be publicly reviewed by all the alchemists present. Next, we will enter the examination stage. Uncle Gu and Bai Yao, please represent the judging committee to examine the quality of the pills. Xiao Jian opened his mouth. Uncle Gu and Bai Yao had already begun to examine the quality of each team's completed pills. The quality of a pill was usually judged by 5 aspects: color, fragrance, taste, size, and medicinal properties. This was because the taste and medicinal effect could only be felt after eating the pill, and there were 28 teams participating in the competition this time. They couldn't possibly let Uncle Gu and Bai Yao eat all 56 qi-strengthening pills at once, right? That would definitely cause their bodies to explode. Hence, in this alchemy ranking competition, the quality of each team's medicinal pill would be judged from the color, fragrance, and size. The examination process was carried out very quickly. The people from small pharmacies and sects were all gloomy. All of them had used natural fire seeds, so they didn't need to look at the results to know that their ranking would not be too high. After a round of examination, both Bai Yao and Uncle Gu stood on St. Medic's side. Now, only Qin Feng and Uncle Gu's qi-strengthening pills were left to be judged. All the participating teams had gathered at St. Medic's side. Qin Feng's pill concocting had shocked everyone. He had used the Myriad Beast True Fire. All the alchemists present were eager to see what kind of pill concocted with the Myriad Beast True Fire would look like. Would it grow a pair of legs, transform into a pill spirit, and run away? Even Xiao Jian and Zhang Yi came over. As Xiao Feng's little brother, Zhang Yi was once again deeply shocked by his big brother's strength. Bai Yao walked to the side of the wooden box. This was the box that contained Qin Feng's qi-strengthening pills. Swoosh! As soon as the box was opened, a rich fragrance of medicine pervaded the air, causing the crowd to exclaim in surprise. 15 brown-colored qi-strengthening pills entered everyone's sight. Each and every one of them had a bright luster, as if there was spiritual energy flowing on them. The qi-strengthening pills were the size of ping-pong balls, and they seemed to have some kind of magical power that made people want to swallow them. The crowd was dumbfounded. Even though Bai Yao and Uncle Gu hadn't started to appraise the quality of the qi-strengthening pills, They could tell that this box of chi-strengthening pills refined by Qiao Feng was the best of the best. Bai Yao was stunned for a long time before he regained his senses. He had a conflict with Qin Feng during the conference the night before yesterday. Bai Yao had fallen in love with Hua Yin, but he found out that Hua Yin had been with Qiao Feng for the past few days. Bai Yao was very unhappy with Qin Feng, but he couldn't do anything about it. This brat's alchemy skills were too heaven-defying. This year's alchemy conference was completely Qin Feng's home field. Qin Feng had stolen all the limelight. You two can start appraising now, Zhang Yi reminded Bai Yao and Uncle Gu after he regained his senses. Both of them had a conflict with Qin Feng. Seeing Qin Feng had refined the highest quality qi strengthening pills, Uncle Gu and Bai Yao were furious. During the appraisal process, both of them would appraise each team's qi strengthening pills. However, when it came to Qin Feng, Uncle Gu and Bai Yao didn't say a word and directly gave their scores in the book. The score for this competition was from 0 to 100. The qi-strengthening pills with poor quality were given around 10 points. The slightly better ones were given around 20 points, and the average ones were given around 30 to 40 points. The mid-grade qi-strengthening pills were given more than 50 points, and the high-grade qi-strengthening pills were given more than 70 points. Bai Yao and Uncle Gu looked around, and the highest score was 85. After looking at Qin Feng's qi-strengthening pill, the two of them were extremely unwilling, but they both wrote down 95 points in their notebooks. Ha! Qiao Feng, you're amazing. Your qi-strengthening pills are 95 points. Ren Xiaoyao was so excited when she saw the score. She hugged Qin Feng and jumped around. The onlookers exclaimed when they heard the score. If they remembered correctly, there had never been such a high score in the past few alchemy conferences. Girl, stop rubbing yourself. You're all sweaty. Qin Feng pressed Ren Xiaoyao down. This girl's Chong Sam was sticking to her body. When she hugged Qin Feng felt as if she was naked. This feeling was originally quite good, but the two of them were covered in sweat, which was a very strange feeling. After Ren Xiaoyao found out about Qin Feng's score, she didn't even care about Uncle Gu's score. In Ren Xiaoyao's eyes, Saint Medic would definitely win this round. She was so happy that she pestered Qin Feng and made a scene. She was as innocent and lively as a little girl who had received a birthday present. Very quickly, the qi-strengthening pill that Gu Bo had concocted was also graded. Just like that, the 28 participating teams have been graded. Uncle Gu and Bai Yao passed the forms to Zhang Yi and Xiao Jian. Zhang Yi and Xiao Jian began to compare their scores. After a round of comparison, Uncle Gu and Bai Yao's scores were almost the same. However, when Zhang Yi and Xiao Jian saw Uncle Gu's score, they couldn't help but frown. Zhang Yi wanted to say something, but Xiao Jian beat him to it. Everyone, the scores of this round are out. I'll now announce the results of this round. Xiao Jian's voice rang out, and the crowd quieted down immediately. In this round of the pill ranking competition, there are 8 teams that did not manage to refine the qi-strengthening pill. These 8 teams are disqualified from the competition. They are in the previous round. 5 teams were disqualified. In this round, due to Qiao Feng's myriad beast true fire, another 8 teams failed to perform well and were disqualified. Originally, there were 33 teams participating in this alchemy conference. Now, only 20 teams were left. After Xiao Jian announced the disqualified teams, Zhang Yi held a form in his hand. This was a list of the bottom 10 teams. Everyone's gaze fell on Zhang Yi. They were nervous. Zhang Yi stared at the list for a while. His eyebrows were knitted together, and he looked incredulous. After a long time, he didn't announce the results. Brother Zhang Yi, what's wrong? Xiao Jian looked at Zhang Yi and reminded him. Zhang Yi regained his senses, but the solemn expression on his face didn't fade away. He even looked at Qin Feng as if he was seeking his opinion. Qin Feng couldn't understand Zhang Yi, so he nodded at him. After receiving Brother Qiao Feng's instruction, Zhang Yi began to announce the results. However, as soon as he opened his mouth, the crowd burst into an uproar. The 20th place in this round, Saint Medic, 100 points in total. Saint Medic's total score is 100 points? How is that possible? Didn't they say that the heaven-defying alchemist from Saint Medic got 95 points? Could it be that Uncle Goo only got 5 points? I won't believe it even if you beat me to death. Did you read it wrong? Judge, please take a good look. Xiao Feng, what's going on? Is there something wrong with my ears? I heard that person say that we only got 100 points. The reason why Zhang Ye hesitated for a long time and did not announce the results was because the Saint Medic score was unbelievable to him. After the score was announced, everyone was dumbfounded. Rin Xiao Yao grabbed Qin Feng's arm nervously. She was so anxious that she almost cried. Qin Feng didn't understand the situation either. Why did they only get 100 points? Judge Zhang Yi, did you read it wrong? Is it true that Saint Medic only got 100 points? Qin Feng quickly calmed down and asked Zhang Yi. Zhang Yi trembled in fear. He had secretly asked Xiao Feng for his opinion because he was afraid that Big Brother Qiao would be angry. Now it seemed that Big Brother Qiao was really angry. Big Brother Qiao, Brother Qiao Feng, I read it according to the results. I didn't do it. Zhang Yi was so scared that he hurriedly explained. Qin Feng had already walked over with Rin Xiaoyao. He took the table from Zhang Ye's hands and looked at it. The table listed the last 10 teams, and at the bottom of the table was St. Medic Hall's name. The total score was indeed 100 points. Qin Feng's Qi Strengthening Pill was 95 points, while Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pill was only 5 points. Who scored Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pill? Why did he only get 5 points? Rin Xiaoyao stood on her tiptoes and looked at the table. When she saw Uncle Goo's score, she was so angry that her hair stood on end. Uncle Goo didn't seem surprised at all when he heard that he only got 5 points. He stood quietly at the side and didn't say anything. Bai Yao walked up and said, Uncle Goo and I scored the score together. I gave 6 points, and Uncle Goo gave 4 points. The average score is 5 points. Bai Yao explained the situation. Qin Feng and Rin Xiaoyao looked at the score sheet. It was exactly as Bai Yao said. The atmosphere in the room suddenly froze. Everyone looked at Uncle Goo in bewilderment. He was a famous level 6 alchemist in the world of alchemy. How could he only get 5 points? Wasn't his level a little too low? I don't believe it. Uncle Goo is a level 6 alchemist. How could he only get 5 points for refining a level 4 Qi Strengthening Pill? I want to redo the score. Rin Xiaoyao was anxious. She had to be the champion of the medicinal pill conference. Everything was going smoothly, and Rin Xiaoyao was happy and sweet. Who would have thought that she would suddenly stumble in front of Uncle Goo? P.S. I became an uncle today. I stayed in the hospital for the whole day, so I updated a little late. Please forgive me. As soon as I came back, I found out that my ass has been destroyed on the monthly votes list. I'm now ranked 11th. Only the top 10 can be counted on the list. Please give me the monthly votes. Chapter 801. Rin Xiaoyao vehemently protested and requested to regrade Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pills. Qin Feng glanced at Zhang Ye, and Zhang Ye immediately stood up and said, Ahem. Uncle Goo is a grade 6 apothecary, but he only gave 5 points to his Qi Strengthening Pills. This is indeed strange. I agree with the suggestion to regrade Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pills. Zhang Ye was definitely on Qin Feng's side, and the rest of the contestants were also very curious. They also wanted to see Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pills. Then we'll regrade Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pills in front of everyone based on the principle of fairness and openness. Xiao Jian agreed after thinking for a while. He couldn't figure out why. Uncle Goo and Bai Yao had no objection to the 2 main judges' decision to regrade Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pills. Everyone gathered around Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pills, and Bai Yao personally went to open the wooden box. Whoosh! As soon as the wooden box was opened, the crowd was in an uproar, and all kinds of discussions could be heard. Holy shit! What the fuck is this? It stinks to death. Is this a Qi Strengthening Pill? It's more like a Qi Strengthening Pill. Is this really Uncle Goo's Qi Strengthening Pill? Tisk TSK. No wonder he gave it 5 points. Giving this black and swarthy thing 5 points is already very generous. There were 8 Qi Strengthening Pills in Uncle Goo's wooden box. These 8 pills were all black and swarthy, and they were stuck together like sheep dung. The pills were not formed yet, and some of them were still oozing black liquid. It was nauseating to look at them. The pills were dull and lusterless. They didn't have any medicinal fragrance, but the stench was very strong. Not to mention the size of the pills, because they were not formed yet. It was impossible to tell which one was which when the 8 pills were stuck together. This was an extremely bad batch of chi strengthening pills. Now that Uncle Goo's chi strengthening pill was rated 5 points, everyone could accept it. This kind of trash that was an insult to chi strengthening pills should not be given any higher points. Many people were disgusted by the stench and had already retreated to the side. Ren Xiaoyao didn't seem to be afraid of the stench. She stood beside the box and stared blankly at the disgusting pills. Xiaoyao, stop looking. Qin Fin pinched his nose and pulled Little Demon Ren over. Ren Xiaoyao was finally a little more clear-headed. Her big, watery eyes were covered with a layer of mist. If Uncle Gu had performed normally, he would definitely have been able to become the champion again. But how could Uncle Gu have failed? This was something Ren Xiaoyao couldn't figure out. Ren Little Demon couldn't blame Uncle Gu, so she could only hide her disappointment and sadness in her heart. Ren Xiaoyao lay in Qin Feng's embrace and suddenly buried her head in Qin Feng's chest. Qin Feng saw her shoulders shake and knew that this girl was crying from anxiety. Uncle Gu didn't say a word from beginning to end, as if the pill wasn't concocted by him. When the other team saw this, they awkwardly retreated to the side, not daring to say anything. Zhang Ye stood dumbfoundedly at the judging panel. He held the results slip in his hand and did not know what to do. Since no one has any objections to Uncle Gu's evaluation of the medicinal pills, then we'll calculate it according to the 5 marks on the report card. Zhang Ye, continue reading the results of the other participating teams. Zhang Ye was stunned for a moment, but he still cautiously continued announcing the results. 19th place, Golden Needle Society, 105 points. 11th place, Starlight Sect, 130 points. After the last 20 teams were announced, Xiao Jian took another list and read the results of the top 10 teams. 4th place, Baoji Hall, 150 points. 3rd place, Poison Sect, 158 points. 2nd place, Yang Merchant Association, 163 points. 1st place, Herbal Sect, 180 points. The results of the top 3 teams were in line with everyone's expectations. Poison Sect, Yang Merchant Association, and Herbal Sect were the most favored teams in this medicinal pill competition. As for the 4th place, Baoji Hall, it shocked everyone again. If they remember correctly, Baoji Hall also came in 4th place in the previous competition. This inconspicuous little pharmacy was not to be underestimated. After the results of the 2nd round of the medicinal pill competition were announced, Ren Xiaoyao had been crying from the beginning until now. Moreover, the more she read the top 3 teams, the sadder she became. This was because the top 3 teams originally belonged to Saint Medic. According to the rules of the 2nd round, the total score was multiplied by 2, which was the corresponding points obtained by each team. Saint Medic had obtained 200 points, and in addition to the 312 points they obtained in the 1st round, they had a total of 512 points. The Herbal Sect had 155 points in the 1st round and 360 points in the 2nd round, giving them a total of 515 points. The Poison Sect had a total of 446 points. The Yang Merchant Association had a total of 444 points, and Baoji Hall had a total of 420 points. Now that the 2 rounds of the competition had ended, the Herbal Sect had replaced Saint Medic and was far ahead of them in 1st place. They had caught up with Saint Medic with a small gap of 3 points. Little Demon Run was crying her heart out. She was supposed to be number 1, but now it had been snatched away. The little girl was so nervous that she was about to die. She still couldn't understand why Uncle Gu would drop the ball at such a crucial moment. After the results of the competition were announced, the points of the small pharmacies were pulled further and further away from the top 5 teams. These teams were no longer in the mood to stay any longer and left one after another. Gu brat, don't go. Just as Uncle Gu was about to leave with the crowd, Qin Feng's cold voice suddenly rang out. Many people stopped in their tracks and looked over. Seeing that there was going to be a good show to watch, no one was in a hurry to leave. "What do you want, brat? Spit it out now. I'm busy." Uncle Goo was infuriated that Chien Fong had called him Goo Brat in front of everyone. He glared at Chien Fong with a cold expression. "Why did you make a mistake in this round? Don't you need an explanation?" Rin Xiao Yao was still twitching in Chien Feng's arms, and Chien Fong could no longer bear to watch. Panic flashed across Uncle Goo's old eyes, and he quickly glared at Chien Fong coldly. It's not uncommon for a pill master to spoil a pill. What's there to explain? Isn't it just a mistake in my performance? Do I need a wild brat like you to lecture me? Rin Xiao Yao did not expect Chien Fong to suddenly quarrel with Uncle Goo. She hurriedly controlled her emotions and grabbed Chien Feng's arm. She looked at Chien Fong pitifully. "Forget it. Uncle Goo didn't do it on purpose. Let's just let this go." Chien Fong looked at Rin Xiao Yao's silly expression and wanted to give her a hard knock on the head to see if he could wake this silly girl up. If Uncle Goo really did make a mistake like Rin Xiao Yao said, Chien Fong would have nothing to say. Who didn't make a mistake once or twice? However, Chien Fong saw Uncle Goo go to Uncle Yao's room last night. Moreover, Uncle Goo was a rank 6 alchemist. Even if he closed his eyes and performed poorly, he wouldn't be able to refine a bunch of disgusting half-finished products. There was only one possibility, and that was that Uncle Goo had purposely ruined the pill. "Of course you don't need to explain to me, because you've been fired by Saint Medic." Chien Fong glared at Uncle Goo and said word by word. Hiss! Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air, and the entire hall suddenly fell silent. Uncle Goo looked at Chien Fong with a shocked expression. He clearly hadn't regained his senses. Rin Xiao Yao's hand, that was tightly holding Chien Feng's arm, suddenly loosened. This girl was also shocked. What did you say? You want to fire me?" Uncle Goo's old eyes almost popped out of their sockets. After a while, he suddenly laughed loudly. "Ha! Funny, this is really funny. You, an outsider, dare to say such ridiculous words. What right do you have to fire me? This daddy here is the gold medal apothecary of the Saint Panacea. Even the elders of the Ren clan have to respect me. Who the hell do you think you are in the Saint Panacea? You'd better go take a piss and look at yourself first." Uncle Goo laughed fearlessly. He didn't believe that Saint Medic would fire him even if he was beaten to death. Chien Feng's expression was solemn. He didn't think what he said was funny at all. He said coldly, "Since you're old and your ears aren't working well, I'll say it again. You've been fired by Saint Medic. Don't use Saint Medic's name in the future. Saint Medic can't afford to lose face like this." Chien Feng's voice was loud and forceful. He didn't sound like he was joking at all. Uncle Goo's laughter stopped abruptly. He suddenly became nervous. "Miss Rin, what do you mean? Is Saint Medic really going to fire me? You better think carefully. Don't do something stupid because of your willfulness. Otherwise, you won't be able to explain it to the elders of the Run family." Uncle Goo didn't dare to look at Chien Feng's cold eyes. He started to question Rin Xiao Yao. Rin Xiao Yao was still confused. She had never thought of firing Uncle Goo. It was all Chien Feng's idea. "Xiao Feng, why you're joking, right? I think it's better not to fire." Before Rin Xiao Yao could finish speaking, Chien Feng slapped her on the butt. "I said to fire him. Are you going to oppose me?" Chien Feng's expression was cold. Rin Xiao Yao was so scared that she became nervous. Everyone held their breath and didn't dare to speak. The atmosphere was so cold that it was about to freeze. Saint Medic had already fallen into a disadvantageous position. How could they still have internal strife at this time? If they fired Uncle Goo now, Saint Medic would really be done for tomorrow's competition. Rin Xiao Yao felt uncomfortable being stared at by hundreds of eyes. She was so nervous that her Chong Sam was drenched in sweat again. This time, it wasn't hot sweat, but cold sweat. Xiao Feng Rin Xiao Yao was in a difficult position. That was Uncle Goo, the golden pill master of Saint Medic. There was still the most important pill king competition tomorrow. How could she fire Uncle Goo now? "All right, that's enough. Since you want to keep that old man, then I can't help you anymore." Chien Feng looked at Rin Xiao Yao disappointedly and turned to leave. Rin Xiao Yao felt an emptiness in her heart. She hurriedly grabbed Chien Feng's arm. "Xiao Feng, don't go. All right, I promise you. I'll fire that old man. The moment Qin Feng turned around, Rin Xiaoyao already had an answer in her heart. Although she hadn't known Qin Feng for long, Rin Xiaoyao trusted him more. Although Qin Feng was a little lecherous and overbearing, Rin Xiaoyao felt that he cared about her. At least, he wouldn't betray her. Gu, from now on, you're officially fired from Saint Medic. Don't use Saint Medic's name anymore. We're embarrassed. Since she had made her decision, Rin Xiaoyao instantly became determined. She fired Uncle Gu in front of everyone. Uncle Gu looked like he was suffering from dementia. He wouldn't dare to accept this fact even if he was beaten to death. Rin Xiaoyao was in a great mood after she fired Uncle Gu. This old man usually took advantage of his seniority, relying on his superior alchemy skills to order Rin Xiaoyao around. Even in front of some of the Ren family's elders, Uncle Gu was arrogant and domineering, not giving the Ren family any face. The hall was in an uproar. This result was obviously out of everyone's expectation. Tomorrow was the day of the Pill King competition. Rin Xiaoyao actually fired the Golden Pill Master of Saint Medic at such a critical moment. Indeed, a woman in love had 0 IQ. Saint Medic, who was originally the most competitive, was no longer a threat in everyone's eyes. Chapter 802. Uncle Gu was fired by Ren Xiaoyao in front of everyone. He was utterly humiliated, and he was fuming with anger. What a silly girl, what a wild boy. You bastard couple, you want to fire me? Just you wait. I'll make you regret it. Uncle Gu said a bunch of harsh words and turned to leave. Rin Xiaoyao pouted in anger after being called a silly girl. Qin Feng patted her back and comforted her. With the show over, the onlookers quickly dispersed. Zhangya did not expect things to turn out this way. He originally wanted to come up and say some nice words to please Qiao Feng, but after some thought, Zhangya followed the crowd and left. Everyone in the room left quickly. Only Qin Feng and Rin Xiaoyao were left. Rin Xiaoyao's imposing manner disappeared instantly. She sat on the chair dejectedly. Now that Uncle Gu was fired, Rin Xiaoyao had no confidence. Qin Feng was touched when he saw Rin Xiaoyao's helpless and disappointed look. Rin Xiaoyao was a little hesitant when she made the decision, but she still stood on his side in the end. This wasn't a simple choice. It wasn't like playing house. It might not be a big deal in Qin Feng's eyes, but it was a very serious problem for Rin Xiaoyao. This was related to Saint Medic's chances of winning the medicine conference and the fate of the Rin family. Xiaoyao, what are you waiting for? Help Master to your room to change and take a bath. Qin Feng didn't want to see Rin Xiaoyao so sad, so he took the initiative to break the silence. Rin Xiaoyao pouted and glared at Qin Feng. Qin Feng still had this kind of bad taste at a time like this. I don't want to move. I don't want to go anywhere. Rin Xiaoyao didn't even have the strength to speak. She was as soft as a mosquito. Qin Feng pulled Rin Xiaoyao up and hugged her as they walked into the room. Along the way, Qin Feng couldn't help but touch Rin Xiaoyao's body. Rin Xiaoyao was in low spirits, but she didn't resist. She didn't even have the strength to stop him. Yao Yao, take off Master's shoes. Qin Feng pulled Rin Xiaoyao back to the room and continued to train this girl. Rin Xiaoyao didn't even bother to take off her high heels and sat on the floor. She leaned against the shoe cabinet. Her hair was disheveled, and her cheongsam slid down her shoulders, revealing her fair skin. She didn't seem to mind. She looked extremely messy and sexy. Even Qin Feng couldn't stay calm. Qiao Feng, let me off today. I don't want to do anything. Rin Xiaoyao pouted and looked at Qin Feng in low spirits. What's wrong? Are you still worried about the firing of Uncle Gu? Are you regretting it? Why don't I ask Uncle Gu to come back, and I'll leave? Qin Feng said to Rin Xiaoyao. That's not what I meant. I don't regret it. I'm just a little worried. All right, you have to do your best tomorrow. The hope of our Saint Medic rests on you. Rin Xiaoyao suddenly sat up and grabbed Qin Feng's arm. Her eyes shone brightly as she looked at Qin Feng. You silly girl, can't you tell? Uncle Gu betrayed Saint Medic a long time ago. Even if you don't fire him, he'll still cause trouble tomorrow. Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Rin Xiaoyao. What? That old man dared to betray Saint Medic? Really? Rin Xiaoyao was so angry that she jumped up. Do you think a grade 6 apothecary can refine such disgusting pills if he didn't do it on purpose? Also, Uncle Gu didn't attend the celebration banquet last night. He didn't go to sleep. Instead, he went to Uncle Yao's room. Qin Feng told Rin Xiaoyao about his discovery last night. Rin Xiaoyao was dumbfounded. After a long period of silence, Rin Xiaoyao finally figured out the truth. She was sure that Uncle Gu had really betrayed Saint Medic. That old bastard. How dare he betray Saint Medic? How dare he criticize me? I'm so mad. I'm going to kill him now. Rin Xiaoyao was enraged after learning the truth. She grabbed her waning moon sword and walked out. Qin Feng pulled Rin Xiaoyao back, slapped her perky butt, and yelled, "Just sit there quietly. What's the point of charging over? Can't you think with your brain?" Rin Xiaoyao felt wronged after being reprimanded. She threw her sword away and sat on the ground. She placed all her hopes on Qin Feng and looked at him pitifully. "Big brother Qiao Feng, do you have any ideas? We must win tomorrow's competition. Don't worry, I'll find a great apothecary for you tomorrow. He'll definitely win the title of King of Elixirs." Qin Feng thought of Hua Tuo. What was there to worry about if Hua Tuo would join him in the competition tomorrow? Really? Big brother Qiao Feng, you're the best. Rin Xiaoyao was excited. She threw herself at Qin Feng and swayed left and right. Qin Feng pushed Rin Xiaoyao away with a look of disdain. He regained the dignity of a master. "Hurry up and fill the bathwater. Your awareness is too low." Rin Xiaoyao was in a good mood. She was no longer worried about Uncle Gu. Uncle Gu had betrayed Saint Medic. Rin Xiaoyao wouldn't let that old man come back even if he begged her. "Master, Xiaoyao, I'll go fill the bathwater now. Please wait for a moment." The warm water was quickly filled. Without Qin Feng saying anything, Rin Xiaoyao ran over to take off Qin Feng's shoes and clothes. She stripped Qin Feng until he was only left with his underpants. Then, Rin Xiaoyao pushed Qin Feng into the bathroom. "Xiaoyao, come and scrub my back." Qin Feng took off his underpants and sat in the bathtub as he called out to Rin Xiaoyao. With yesterday's experience, Rin Xiaoyao's back was very smooth today. Qin Feng lay on the bathtub like a master and enjoyed the pleasure of Rin Xiaoyao's jade-like fingers running across his skin. Rin Xiaoyao didn't have any reservations. She even washed Qin Feng's but clean. "Master, your back is done. Do you have any other requests?" Rin Xiaoyao's voice carried a hint of sweetness. Qin Feng felt that Rin Xiaoyao might agree if he asked her to scrub his front. However, Qin Feng resisted the urge in the end. Forcing others wasn't Qin Feng's style. After Qin Feng finished his bath, he went to Rin Xiaoyao's bed and lay down. Rin Xiaoyao also took a cold bath and wrapped herself in a white towel. "Master, lie down properly. Xiaoyao will continue to serve you." Rin Xiaoyao's shoulders were exposed. Seeing this, Qin Feng's mouth went dry. He heard that there was going to be service. Qin Feng's heart was filled with excitement. He immediately laid down in a straight line on the bed and reached out to take off his pants. Rin Xiaoyao pressed down on Qin Feng's pants, which were halfway down, and pulled them up for him. "Master, don't think dirty thoughts. I want to cut your fingernails and pick your ears." Rin Xiaoyao had a bright smile on her face, but she cursed Qin Feng dozens of times in her heart. This person's thoughts were too dirty. Qin Feng was embarrassed. He closed his eyes and pretended nothing had happened. Toenails, fingernails, and picking ears, Rin Xiaoyao did everything very carefully and seriously. Qin Feng lay comfortably on the bed and fell asleep. When he woke up, he found that Rin Xiaoyao was naked and rolling into his embrace. "Xiaoyao, time to eat." Qin Feng sat up and called out to Rin Xiaoyao. Rin Xiaoyao screamed after waking up. When she calmed down, she understood everything and put on her clothes awkwardly. Just as the two of them walked out of the room, they saw Li Xiaojie hurriedly walking downstairs. Qin Feng was attending the pill conference as Qiao Feng, so Li Xiaojie didn't recognize Qin Feng. When he walked past the two of them, Li Xiaojie glanced at Rin Xiaoyao's full chest and didn't hide the perverted look in his eyes. "Umph, what are you looking at?" If he walks any slower, this young miss will dig out his eyes and stomp on them. Ren Xiaoyao angrily glared at Li Xiaojie's back and cursed. Qin Feng looked like he was deep in thought. Li Xiaojie disappeared for 2 days and suddenly appeared tonight. Qin Feng was very curious about Li Xiaojie's change. He wanted to take the opportunity when Li Xiaojie went out to take a look at his room. Maybe he could find some clues. Xiao Feng, where are you going? The stairs are over there. Qin Feng pulled Ren Xiaoyao towards the corridor. Qin Feng covered Ren Xiaoyao's mouth and said, "Don't shout. Let's go somewhere first, then we can eat." Ren Xiaoyao's mouth was covered, so she couldn't shout even if she wanted to. She was pulled by Qin Feng to room 438 on the other side of the corridor. On the first night Qin Feng stayed here, he had paid special attention to Li Xiaojie's room. Room 438. He really knows how to choose a room. Qin Feng found the room number and laughed. The door was locked, but this wasn't a problem for Qin Feng. Qin Feng spent 100 hedonist points and bought a universal room card. Click. The room card was swiped, and the door opened. Qin Feng pulled Ren Xiaoyao in. You actually secretly booked a room? Why did you bring me here? I already said I wouldn't sell myself. Ren Xiaoyao hugged her chest and retreated as soon as she entered the room. She pressed her back against the door and looked at Qin Feng warily. Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Ren Xiaoyao and ignored her as he walked into the room. Li Xiaojie's room was a mess. It was completely different from Ren Xiaoyao's neat and tidy room. There was a pile of syringes on the bed in the room, and the smell of rotting corpses wafted through the room. Ren Xiaoyao wanted to vomit as soon as she walked in. Xiao Feng, what are you doing in this room? It's so disgusting here. I'm going to leave. Ren Xiaoyao was scared out of her wits. She felt that Qin Feng must have done something extremely disgusting here. Although Ren Xiaoyao had never tried it, she had inadvertently seen some SM videos on the internet. It was too perverted. Qin Feng ignored Ren Xiaoyao and prepared to continue searching the room. However, Ren Xiaoyao ran back. What are you doing? Seeing Ren Xiaoyao's panicked expression, Qin Feng rolled his eyes at her. It's over, it's over. Your lover is back. Qin Feng was confused by Ren Xiaoyao. What lover did he have? Even if he did, he wouldn't come to Li Xiaojie's room, right? Qin Feng's ears suddenly twitched as he heard the door open. Fuck, it's not a lover. It's the owner of this room. Qin Feng immediately realized that Li Xiaojie had returned halfway. He didn't know if he discovered they were in this room. Qin Feng didn't have time to think. He pulled Ren Xiaoyao to find a place to hide. Finally, he opened the wardrobe opposite the bed and hid with Ren Xiaoyao. What are you doing? I don't want to play threesome with you guys. Ren Xiaoyao was extremely anxious and struggled to get out. Qin Feng slapped Ren Xiaoyao's perky butt and said in a suppressed voice, "What threesome? What are you thinking?" Isn't there 3 people? How many people are there? Xiao Feng, why are you so perverted? I beg you, let me go. Ren Xiaoyao was spouting nonsense. When Qin Feng heard that Li Xiaojie had entered the room, he immediately covered Ren Xiaoyao's mouth to prevent her from making a sound. Ren Xiaoyao was so frightened that she began to struggle. However, after struggling for a while, she suddenly stopped. The wardrobe's sliding door was in the form of a wooden fence. Through the gap, one could see the situation outside. When she saw that it was a man who walked in, Ren Xiaoyao was so scared that she wanted to cry. How could he play with her like this? However, Ren Xiaoyao quickly calmed down. She recognized the man who entered the room. This was the bad guy who peeked at her chest. Moreover, on the day before the Elixir Conference, this man didn't put the 4 major families in the capital in his eyes and beat up Yangwei in public. Ren Xiaoyao still remembered Li Xiaojie's ferocity and strength. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.